What's up and welcome back to the Section 10 podcast, episode 472, presented by Underdog Fantasy. It is the home of your 26 and 24 third place Boston Red Sox. My name is Jared Carabas, and I am a certified G and a bona fide stud, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Coley Mick, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. And this right here, this is Tyler Milliken, and he killed his dog Bullet, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. Steve, how you doing?
Ooh, what up, Section 10 in the building?
In the mother fucking building. Presented by Blue Moon.
Suck one.
Suck one. One of the best days of my life yesterday. Top 3, easy. I mean, it might be. I'm not gonna say it's number 1. I mean, obviously, like the parade was number 1, but number 2 might have been Portland Sea Dogs Day, where the Section 10 boys head up to Maine, get that red carpet treatment, and the crowd was like, Section 10. Section 10. And we walked out there and everyone was like, where is T-Dog?
Stop saying that. T-Dog? You keep saying it.
Everyone
Nobody
was
said
just
that.
dying for a T-Dog. They were like, where's he at? Where's he at? And we were like, we invited him. I don't know where he is today. And then Marcelo Meyer came out. He was like, boys, what's going on? Dapping us up. He's like, T-Dog, where is he? He's got to be here. He's got to be interviewed. Like, this is like the Red Sox prospect mecca of the world. Obviously, he's got to be here. We were like, nah, man. He started crying. Marcelo Meyer broke down in tears. He was like, what? He's like, what do you mean why didn't Tyler come? And then Roman Anthony came out, cut off sleeves. He's looking yoked. He's got the smooth skin, and he's got the nice tan going on. And he's just like, oh, man, I can't wait to get into some of these questions that Tyler's about to ask me. And we're like, oh, bad news, man. Tyler's not here right now. And then obviously one of the employees for the Sea Dogs comes out and she's like, we got to have T-Dog throw out the first pitch tonight. Like it's a whole minor league prospect thing. Like he reps us so hard. Like we got to get T-Dog on the bump tonight. And I was like, bad news. He's not here. And then she was like, all right, I guess we just go with you and the McMahon. So we were like, all right, yeah, I guess we'll have to do it. I mean, ultimately, I had an awesome time. Just like, again, top 3, probably number 2, best days of my life. But it sucked to just know that everyone wanted Tyler to be there. And listen, he wasn't there.
Why is this being delivered like this was a personal choice? Like I stood up and said, you know what? I don't want to go.
That's how it came across to me. That's how
Excuse me?
Yeah, that's how. I mean, that's at least how I
Marcelo.
took it.
Yeah,
how
Marcelo would not say that.
He did say that. We got it on tape.
Yeah, it's actually
while he was crying.
Yeah, he
got it together momentarily, but yeah, he was pretty broken up about it.
Yeah, he wasn't crying during the interview, but it was kind of like before and after. It was like he was crying when we told him that you weren't going to be there, and then after the interview, he started tearing up because he was like, "Man, that would have been so much better if T-Dog was here." He had to get helped off the field.
The fact that you're digging this knife into my back, into this wound that already hurts, after I had to watch you like the Squidward meme yesterday, as you guys are just posting highlight after highlight. Like, I had no idea about the first pitch. It's hard enough to watch you guys interviewing.
That makes 2 of us, brother.
All right, fair. But at least you got to be there for most of the experience. I had to watch the entire thing from the outside, and now
What'd you think?
I'm being made fun of and just
We're not making
over
fun of you. We're just telling you what happened because we haven't gotten the chance to talk to you. We did vlog the whole thing.
Oh, great.
It's going to feel like you were there. Like we documented the whole thing, the behind the scenes of the interviews.
Big shout out to Eamon. He crushed all of it, per
Mike
usual.
Eamon on the 1s and 2s. He's videoing this thing. We're doing the vlog. We're in the team store. Everyone was so happy to see us. People were coming up to us like, oh man, like Section 10 in the building. Where's Tyler? And we're just like, he's not here, man. People were so upset. Let's see.
Did you get a new jacket by chance?
I got a new jacket at the team store. A lot of people were like, man, that's such a... Tyler?
Did you get me a jacket while you were there?
No.
Coley and I got cool
so
hats, though.
that's
We got
not-
hats. There
Yeah,
you
they
go.
got hats. This is not personal. I told them I'm getting this jacket. No one else can buy it. Like
Correct.
I was like, this is my jacket. I found it.
When-
I love the jacket. I was just, no one else can buy
When
that
Jerry sees a jacket, there's just no stopping.
jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if it's a really good jacket. Like this is a
Right.
this is a
Ooh.
top 10.
Very nice.
This is a top
jacket.
5 jacket. Probably
Maybe
like
top
the
3.
sports, maybe top 3
Mhm.
sports jacket. Sports jacket. Yeah. No, all not just minor league baseball. This is like a
Yeah.
all sports thing.
I loved your idea of it being the jacket for possibly like the next 3 seasons as well. Like
Mhm.
if this trio is going to be what kind of carries the Red Sox into their next competitive window,
Mhm.
is there a better way to represent than where, they started really?
I'm a Sea Dogs guy right now. I felt super welcome down there. Players were coming up to us, happy to see us, dapping us up. It's I'm not gonna. Hey, you know what? I'll I'm gonna leave it up to the vlog to give the rest of the details. I don't want to give too much away from what the exchanges were with some of these players, but listen, it was an awesome day. It was. I mean, you had to be there. You just had to be there for it, to truly appreciate how awesome it was.
Tyler, I know that it kind of sounds like Jared is rubbing this in, and he
I'm
kind
not.
of is,
You
but
think?
I'm not.
Jokes aside, Tyler, it was an awesome day. Like
yeah.
from start
Steve,
to
remember when they didn't take you to the fucking World Series parade? Remember when you weren't on the fucking
Oh,
board?
what is-
I don't care.
what
Fucking
is
suspend
this?
me. Fucking suspend me.
Oh,
I don't give a damn. Throw me out. I won.
Hey, I don't even blame him. I don't even blame him. That was a tough first
That was
5
a
minutes. He was
hard-
upset. He's upset. It's all right.
He was bound to catch one.
He
at
was
this
gonna get
point.
one. He was gonna get one. It's
Yeah,
fine.
he was bound to catch.
I
a
mean, hey,
case.
Tyler, I kind of revisited it, right? I was interviewing Curtis Granderson, and these guys were throwing out the first
Yeah,
pitch.
can't
So,
miss that.
Yep.
Yeah. Curtis Granderson in
the
2024.
Grandy man, dude.
There's
Telling
never
you.
been a more relevant and timely interview to miss throwing out the first pitch at the Sea Dogs game. And hand up, I didn't. It wasn't on my mind when we were there that a first pitch was in the cards. It literally was 2 minutes before we did it was when we were asked. But after doing it, I was like, wait, it's kind of like you have like the double and the homer, and then you hit the triple, and you're like, wait a second, all you need is a double for the cycle? Like, this is very attainable. And it didn't occur to me that I had thrown out a first pitch for every level of the Red Sox organization now, except for AAA. So did I throw a tweet out there to let the Woo Sox know that, hey, you're the last piece of the puzzle? And I know Coley's probably saying, oh, you didn't throw one out for Greenville or
Yeah.
Salem. Like, that's every team. I've thrown one for every level.
I mean, maybe
Fact.
every team should be the ultimate goal, but
Yeah,
every
yeah.
level is fair.
But Salem, like, if it was Salem, Massachusetts, I'd be like, hell yeah, but it's not. So in terms of, like, I don't know that I'm going to fly into Greenville or Salem. Where the fuck is Salem? It's like in...
Virginia?
North Carolina.
Yeah.
No,
There we go, Coley.
Greenville is North Carolina. I
Oh,
thought.
right.
Greenville, South Carolina.
South Carolina. Yeah, I'm not, like, I mean, unless, maybe, I don't know. I'm not, never say never. Maybe I
I think
do
it would
want
have to be both in the same weekend. Like, you're not taking 2 flights.
No. But yeah, eventually I want to do every team in the organization, but I'm happy just to be like, yep, Cape League, Coley.
I feel like the most rare jewel would have to be first pitch, spring training, Sox BC.
Classic.
Yeah, but then is that like a college game or is that a MLB
Kind of feels
game?
like 2 birds, 1 stone. Knock out the
But I've
Eagles
already
while
thrown
you're
out
at
the
it.
first pitch for MLB a game. I think I could get. Now it's like, all right, you want to do D1, D2, and D3 for NCAA.
I think you could go do D3 tonight. You could go walk the fields.
Just show
Well,
up.
yeah,
and
Endicott. Endicott's D3. And
That's
I
for
did,
sure.
I did the voiceover for their College World Series run. They're gonna 4 dog piles was the theme. BC, I feel like I could do. I feel like I have a good relationship with BC baseball. We just gotta find a
Woo
D2
Sox and
baseball
Holy
team.
Cross just knock those guys out next year. But sounds like
Yeah.
we might. No, I'm not going to say anything.
What?
I don't want to spoil
No,
anything.
He's right. He's right. Don't say
I'm not going to say anything.
What?
No, this isn't bad. I'm just not going to say what I was about to say.
What are you gonna say?
No,
Because
but
that's-
Cully knows. Cully.
I do know. It was very funny. We were standing there. I can't remember what we were waiting for, But I turned to Jared, and this didn't make the vlog, so I'm not spoiling anything. And I asked him if he was insulted that he hadn't been asked to throw out the first pitch yet. And maybe 45 seconds later, they came over. They were like, "Hey, you guys want to throw out the first pitch?" And we were like, "Yes, we do." As a matter of fact,
yeah. And it was very funny that Steve wasn't there.
It was fitting. I wasn't even too upset.
Sorry,
I'm like,
Steve.
yeah, of course I missed that. There we go.
Yeah, see, like instead of attacking Steve, you should be bonding with Steve. Like you guys just miss out on all the cool shit.
I mean,
Well,
I
he
did kind of
stabbed me
rub it in
first.
extra to him. I think he was fair to jab back. That's all right.
Yeah, well, I mean, how bad do you want it? Quit your job, dude. I don't know what the fuck to say. I mean,
Just walk away from my full-time job.
Of
Yes.
course.
life is about decisions,
Yep.
and you made a choice. You made a choice yesterday.
You made a choice. You made a choice.
No comment.
How bad do you want it? Is the question.
We had to pry Marcelo Meyer's phone out of his hands. He was calling his agent demanding a trade because he
Right.
didn't show up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Imagine Marcelo. I'm the reason he demands a trade to get pennies
He
on
thought
the
you
dollar
lost
for him.
faith. If he said,
Never.
"If I don't have Tyler at my back, I'm falling backwards. There's
Yeah.
no one there to catch me."
Marcelo, I will be posting your updated stat line every 3 days. I promise you, until you are in the big leagues. Have faith in me. And I'm going to go up to Portland on a solo trip, a solo Milliken mission,
I
as
hope
they will
turn
call
you
it.
down.
No, they
Oh.
won't. And I will just exist out there. I'm going to be part of everything. And I'm going to vlog it. And I'm going to make you guys watch
No,
it.
he's just doing his own stuff. He's just doing a solo mission
Yeah.
here.
Section Tyler.
Section Tyler.
Section
I've
Tyler,
seen this
baby.
story before. I've lived this
Yeah.
story, Tyler. This
Yeah.
is-
I've lived this story. Yeah. Section Steve was the fucking worst. Oh my God. You want to talk about awful content?
At its
Nothing Jared
core,
hated more.
Section
you
Steve
hated
was
that so much. At
fucking
its core, I knew I
worst.
needed more reps interviewing people, so that's really what it was.
Who was
But
it?
you were
Greg
like, no,
Amsinger?
it was Amsinger. I
And,
forget
like,
who else.
I don't know. It sucked though. I
No, the
just-
interviews weren't that bad. They weren't that bad.
No, they were bad.
You would have said they're bad regardless, but yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they
1,000%.
were. Yeah. Well, anyways, I want to go back, Tyler, because I want you to be there. I want you to feel a part of the group. I want you to feel included. And B, we didn't get Kyle Teal, which he might hate me or us. I don't know. I mean, he
Stood you guys up?
yeah. So, I in a way, I respect it because he was like, it was a doubleheader. The first game was at 6:00, which is
I've
crazy.
I've never heard of a doubleheader.
For a
starting at
doubleheader
6.
starting at 6, but they played 2 7-inning games.
Yep.
And because he's a catcher, he's in the hitters meetings and he's in the pitchers meetings. So when we were there doing interviews, he was busy. He's in the cage, he's in the hitters meetings, he's in the pitchers meeting. Like, he's a busy guy. So I almost respected the fact that he was like, it's Double-A. These wins and losses really don't matter. But I am taking my game preparation seriously enough to where this is more important to me than being on a podcast. Not saying that, Meyer and Teal and Blaze and York didn't take their pregame preparation seriously. But when you're a catcher, there's more to it. It's working with the hitters. It's working with the pitchers. So, yeah, we did not get Kyle Teal. So eventually, at some point, I would like to get. First of all, I just like Portland. Like the seafood's
Beautiful.
Mm.
great, beautiful city. But yeah, we have to get Kyle Teal, and I'll just ask him, like, do you fucking hate us or what? Are you just locked in on baseball, or do you fucking hate us, or both? It could be both. I don't know, but I would like to get that answer. Yes, Tyler.
I will give Teal some credence here as well, right? He has been like learning to call games and do some of this different stuff
That's
so
what he
he
was
can
doing,
get to
yeah.
the big leagues.
Yeah.
So
He
maybe we
was
can blame it on
in
that.
game calling class.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Preparing.
"Oh, I can't do a 10-minute interview because I'm in game calling class, but I'll get you guys next time." Any excuse to go back to Portland. I had a great time. Shout out to the Sea Dogs grounds crew.
Oh yeah.
They were super cool.
Tremendous.
They were super friendly, accommodating. We had great conversations with them. The folks in the team store. There were some people, and it was a humbling experience as well, because while there were many Section 10 fans there that came up and said hi, there were also many people at the game that were like, "Who the fuck are you guys? Why are people coming up to you, and why are you being followed around the camera?" But they weren't
Correct.
doing it in like an insulting way. They were genuinely curious. And we're like, "Oh, we have a Red Sox podcast. It's called Section 10." And a lot of them were like, "Oh, cool. Like, we'll check it out." So
Yeah.
it is it's good to know that, we're still finding new people in our Lord's year of 2024. Coley?
I mean, we have a whole section dedicated to how there aren't podcasts or internet up here. Like these people were like, what is this soul stealing device? Oh, a camera. We've heard great tales of these machines. So
that didn't register to me. I was trying to be humble and be like, there's still people that we got to go out there and get in front of so they can discover us. We were in Maine. They were like, what's a podcast? What is that?
Literally no service for any device. They don't have devices.
They don't have internet, Wi-Fi. I don't even think they have the iPhone yet.
No.
They're still working on like the
Hello Moto.
They got razors up there, and they think that's the craziest technology that they've seen since the fucking what's that called? The movie thing with the spinning wheel. It's a camera. It's not a camera. It's a projector. But you don't call it a movie projector. It's whatever. Who fuck you? Shut up.
That was nice.
Underdog Fantasy. Shut up. Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy. Shut up. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. Playing their pick'em game is as simple as selecting higher or lower on player stats, strikeouts, total bases, home runs, and so much more. Make entries of all baseball, or you can mix and match across your other favorite sports. You can win up to 100 times your money, and it's a ton of fun. We're going to be having a ton of promos this summer. We're going to be 10Xing, right, Coley? 10X? 10Xing? We're going to be 10Xing this summer. We're going to have, when Bob gets called back up, his first game, I'm going to tell them fucking 10X over 0.5 homers. Higher. Yep. 10X. Why not? Why not, Tyler?
Because he hasn't hit one in the majors this year, but he did homer tonight. Bobby Dahlbeck. Garrett Cooper's hurt.
He did hit one tonight. He hits them every night. And make sure that if you're going to download this app right now, download the Underdog Fantasy app, pull out your phone. You're probably on it right now because you're listening to a podcast. Make sure that you sign up with the promo code Jared. That is Jared. And Underdog will double your first deposit up to $100. That is Underdog Fantasy promo code Jared. Coley?
The ad read actually needs updating. It's $250.
Whoa!
Yeah.
So if you sign up right now, Underdog will give you $250?
Up to $250.
Up to
$200. Right.
Whoa!
That's right.
Holy shit.
This ain't fucking Happy Meals over here.
No!
We're going supersized fuck face.
Mighty Meal. Christmas trees. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby Dahlbeck.
Yeah.
Bobby Dahlbeck.
Yep.
Steve. Just wanted to say real quick, I think you mentioned we're going to go back to Portland. Maybe Tyler's doing a solo mission and then joining us at a later date. I think.
Yeah, what the fuck? All right, go ahead.
It's all good.
It was a protest. I don't want to go alone. I'll die out there alone. Let's be real.
Tyler, we're going to be with you next time. I honestly think the one thing we probably didn't get to do was chill and watch the game. So if we set a date to have Section 10 listeners come, like that's a watch party with a game in front of us. I feel like that would be, we own a section and just make it a whole thing, go nuts for Meyer, for Anthony, for all these guys. I think that would be great.
Yeah, they named a bunch of suites after Sea Dogs legends. I saw the Ellsbury suite. I saw the Bogart suite.
I think Trevor Story's numbers retired there.
Numbers. Yep. They retired Trevor Story's number.
I did love, dude, Moss. On top of the monster, I do love that they have like a tire where it's like hit it here, but then the groundskeeper guy was like, we don't even know if you hit it in that circle, what happens? Like, we have no idea.
Hey, Steve, what? Steve, tune into the vlog and you'll find out what happens. We got to the bottom of it.
Oh, okay.
We found out what happens when you hit a home run through that hole. The answer may shock you.
That should be for every tease we have. That should just be the line.
Yeah.
And the result may shock you.
Yeah. So here's the do you want no.
His name's Brandon, by the way. I want to give him a specific shout out. The groundskeeper was really great to us. Brandon.
Yeah.
Brandon. He's great.
He was great. I'm not gonna, if we do go back to Portland, we did have an idea for like the first time that we were gonna go there. But now it makes sense to do it for the second time because now we have like the rapport in person. So I'm not going to give it away but we want to do with the guys.
What we're gonna do may shock you.
Yeah. Jake, bleep that. If this happens, what we're gonna do with these guys, it may shock you. So I'm excited for that. I'm also excited for the Red Sox fucking sweeping the Tampa Bay Rays at the Trop for the first time since April of 2019.
Boom sauce.
Boom sauce, baby. You didn't think they could do it. You didn't believe in them. Tyler didn't believe in them. Steve didn't believe in them. Jake believed in them.
You didn't
Coley
believe
kind of. What was your prediction, Coley?
I wasn't on the last show.
Coley didn't believe in him. He didn't even fucking show up to the last show. I believed in him. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going with my my predictions. It's working so far. So very excited about this series. There were some moments where the Red Sox made me feel something. A couple of times in this series. That's all I've really been asking for, you know? Like, it feels like for the last 3 years, we've kind of just had numb dicks, you know? It's like, I just want to feel something. I can't feel anything at all. And then lo and behold, the Novocaine, the penal Novocaine wore off a little bit in this series. I felt a little something. And I'm excited about that because what does that mean to us? That means we are winning. I think the B word is too strong. I'm reluctant to use it. I'm not going to say are we believing because I'm not.
Okay.
Hey, whoa,
I thought you were talking about a different B word. I was like, I'm not saying it.
What?
Tyler, you know what I'm talking?
No, I have no idea.
Nope. Not
Whoa. What B word are you talking about? What B word?
Caused a lot of issues 2 years ago.
Oh, I do know, actually.
Not
I
saying
don't know.
anything.
I still don't know. What's the second letter?
A. Jake knows.
I still don't know. Did I say the word?
No.
Who said it?
I said it.
You
Yeah.
don't okay, all right.
There we go.
All
good
right,
job.
whoa. Hold on.
Guys, hands up.
Hold on. Is that the discussion that we're having?
I thought that's what you were talking about.
Oh no. I just my B word was believing. Are we believing? Because I think that the B word that you're talking about is a little bit more declarative.
And it's a little
Like-
more down the road. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because I think when you're believing in something, it's like, I have hope, which I think is a good thing. I think it's okay to have hope right now. What does that hope mean? Like, does it mean like I have hope for the playoffs? I have hope for a winning record. We can have that discussion. But the B word that you're talking about, that's like saying, hey, now we go. And yeah, that's way too much of a commitment for me.
We can
We're in a different
believing's
world now.
fine. Let's stick with that. I think we're all kind of believing a little bit. No, we can say that. Believe me,
I mean-
where we at? 1 to 10. Where we at?
I mean,
I call it a 6, personally.
That's too strong. I was going to say 4, and even that felt a little strong. If you think about like believing in this team, right?
To what degree? Like to be competitive, or
like the
to actually go
Rays-
to
Talking
playoffs?
playoffs. Let's
We-
talk playoffs.
we
I'm
need-
gonna-
yeah,
I'm still.
closer to 4.
We need
Yeah,
to
I'll say
make
5.
up our
I'll say 5.
minds about the Rays first and foremost.
They
Like,
suck.
They
They're not good.
kind of suck, but
They're
it's
not
like,
good.
oh, we beat them, and everyone's treating it like, oh, you just beat a good team. Well, they're not very good.
No.
They just whipped your ass at home 3 out of 4. So there's that.
To keep their
but-
season alive too. There was a lot in the line.
Their season was on the line in that series. Tyler woke him up.
Just to
But-
put them back down, baby.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, here's what I believe. I'm not believing in a playoff appearance. I'm not believing in a winning record. I'm believing in a capable baseball team. That's it. I'm
That's it.
believing that this season won't fall off a cliff somewhere. That's what I'm believing. That's what I'm believing.
I think just
Tyler?
make this season
Tyler.
worth it, Tyler.
And Jared, that's exactly where I was going. You came into this series and you were a game under 500. And with what you have coming up next, your next 7 series are fucking hard. This next month and a half until you get, or really month until you get Tristan Casas back, you're going to be going up against teams like the Brewers, Orioles, Braves, Yankees, and Phillies. If you came out in this series and you just got your ass kicked, especially with the Whitlock news and all that stuff, it felt like you were just kind of trending down and this was just the very slippery slope for you. No, you kept your head above water. You made some, noise. You fought a little bit. You didn't completely cave in. I think that's just where you're happy to be right now. You haven't collapsed when it felt like you were at one of those pivotal points in the year.
They can compete against all these teams coming up. Like I know we look at, guys over 500. Obviously, Orioles and Yankees are still in that stretch before you get Casas back. But the whole time, like my entire goal for this season is that this team makes it worth it for us, worth it for the people that listen to this program. And so far they have. And I know that scale is just, it's not like, we have a chance of making a deep playoff run, but just make it worth our time. And at times it sucked, but, a lot of times like recently, this series was a blast to watch. That finale, the Roku Sox kind of kicked this off. And now they're on a 4-game winning streak going into an off day. This has been fun.
That's the difference that one fucking win makes in this series, though. Like, if they had taken 2 out of 3, then we come into this podcast and they're 500, yeah?
Yeah.
So,
but as it stands right now, they're a half game out of a playoff spot. It's like, still, I think we still wouldn't have felt that bad if they had won 3 out of 4. They're still alive because they won the finale.
That's really it. Like, we would feel so much different.
I don't know.
Like, we would. If they lost tonight, yeah, you're still getting Ketchup, but you lost and you're 500. You would just feel like I am watching the same shit over and over and over again. Putting the exclamation point on this series, sweeping at the Trop, being down 3-0, and having 8 unanswered runs. I mean, obviously, whatever. They scrape across a couple in the back end there, but having 8 unanswered runs with authority, like fucking Duran's doubling, Williers hitting bombs. Everyone's contributing. Wong ties it up. Ref Snyder with the go-ahead. So, not to jump ahead, because I feel like we're jumping ahead right now.
No.
But yeah, tonight, winning this game changed the entire tone of the season so far. I'm not saying it's going to have this everlasting effect. Like, you won't forget where you were the night the Red Sox swept the Tampa Bay Rays in fucking mid-May. I'm not saying that. But if we're going to live in the moment for a second, tonight's win, and the way that they did it, it means a lot.
I mean, what we specifically do, we live series to series. So I do think it's okay to be a little more optimistic coming off that finale than you would have been if they only took 2 out of 3. I still would have felt pretty good, all things considered. Maybe not if they lost 3-0 and Bello gets the loss. But the fact that those are the only 3 runs he gives up, not jumping ahead, it's just, feeling pretty good.
I mean, the Rays scored 5 runs. If the Red Sox lose 5-1 tonight, we're kind of dragging ass into this one. Yeah, we're not feeling the same. Tyler?
Alex Cora had a lot of value in this game. It wasn't just about winning the series. He legit told the team after yesterday's win, which was a great win within itself, let's go take care of business tomorrow. Like, we want the sweep. We're not trying to go out there and half-ass it, whatever it may be. Obviously, Tyler O'Neill wasn't in the lineup, but for the most part, the regulars were out there. They went full out with the bullpen when they needed to. Alex Cora wanted the sweep. He wasn't happy with 2 out of 3, and that's the guy who tells you all the time, just win series. That's Alex Cora's biggest thing. Take 2 out of 3 and we'll be happy you do that all season long. You have nothing to worry about. No, Alex Cora, after the game yesterday, said, hey, let's go here. We want the sweep. We need to do it. And they did it. They delivered after being down, after watching Brian Bello kind of look just unhappy and not his best self out there. That's what you're hoping for. That's fight from a young team. Those are the growing pains they need to have to reach that next level for all of them to mature and have that development they need this year.
Just sweep. That's all you got to do. Just sweep every series, and we're feeling really good about this team.
Yeah. Yep. That's got to be the plan. Yeah, I'm going to be sweeping some blue moons into my belly after this podcast. I'll tell you that right now, because it's a great night to celebrate. And some beers can say that they're brewed for baseball, but only Blue Moon is brewed by baseball. Beer and baseball, they just go together. And no beer goes better than the one that was literally born in a ballpark. Blue Moon was created at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. It's the natural choice for opening day and all season long. And let me tell you something about Blue Moon. Blue Moons in Portland, Maine, they hit a little bit different. When you got a nice lobster roll and a Blue Moon in Portland, Maine, it's tough to beat that combo. It truly is tough to beat that combo. From its refreshing flavor with Valencia orange peel, for a subtle sweetness and hints of coriander, Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale is a one-of-a-kind beer that's made brighter. It's carefully crafted and full-flavored with refreshing notes and a smooth, creamy finish. Blue Moon was brewed by baseball to give you a dose of nostalgia and get you excited for the new season. Why strike out with the same old beer when you can get something that's one of a kind? Its bold flavor, bright explosion of color, and iconic orange slice ritual guarantees a one-of-a-kind beer experience that is perfect for spring weather. Best served with its signature orange garnish to showcase its beautiful hazy color. A beer this good only comes around once in a blue moon, but you can enjoy it all season long. Bring the ballpark to you with Blue Moon Belgian-style wheat ale. It is a one-of-a-kind every time. Get Blue Moon delivered by visiting get.bluemoonbeer.com/Jared to see your delivery options. That is get.bluemoon.com/Jared. Blue Moon, made brighter. Celebrate responsibly. Blue Moon Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. And let me just throw this out there because there are some old JC Blue Moon cardboard cutouts in stores in Massachusetts. People were asking where they were. Market Basket in Hanover.
Knew it.
Blanchard's in Marshfield.
Mm-hmm.
And Cappy's in Falmouth.
Right.
Those are the only ones that I know of. I think there are more out there. So if you find one, let me know. We'll make a running list. Maybe we'll give away. Steve is going to give away a Section 10 t-shirt.
If you steal one, if you can steal one of those Jared cutouts, you get a free shirt.
Don't steal it. If you take a picture wearing Section 10 merch, with one of those cardboard cutouts, then maybe we'll get you a t-shirt. Yeah.
If you put one in your closet and build a shrine like Helga Patak,
Yeah.
you get a t-shirt.
You get a hoodie too. That's a t-shirt hoodie combo right there.
Tyler, what was Helga's shrine made out of? I'll give you $50 if you can answer this question correctly.
I know what it was about, but I don't know what it was made out of.
I'll give you $50 if you can answer this correctly, and you're just punting without even a guess.
Definitely not Jared's internet, clearly.
So,
Guys, just don't repeat that. He's not back yet.
Don't repeat that, guys.
Would you like my guess, Jared?
What?
Yeah, what's your guess?
Pigskin.
Coley?
I mean, that's his guess.
Yeah, it's
chewing gum.
That's
Jared.
gum. It's gum. That's correct. It was
disgusting.
Gum. Yeah. So that was incorrect. Anyways, let's open up this notebook, shall we?
Let's do it.
Yeah. Peep these notes. It was a 3-game series against the Tampa Bay Rays in Tampa Bay. Game 48 of the season, which means that we were at the 50-game marker for the 2024 season. Wow. Time flies when you're playing 500 baseball
for 2 over.
Almost 2 months. Yes, Tyler.
Do you know Tampa Bay isn't the name of the town down there? It's Tampa. Tampa Bay's the water.
It's St. Petersburg. Wait.
No, he's also right. There's no Tampa Bay, Florida.
Yeah, I know the ballpark is in St. Petersburg.
You're both correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
I had no idea. I've never been.
Coley.
Since we're a big time Dogs cast,
Go Dogs.
We got some breaking Portland Sea Dogs news.
Hold on. Breaking news. Oh, shit. We got breaking news right now. Portland Sea Dogs are doing something newsworthy. And
Red Sox pitching prospect Luis Perales is being promoted to Double-A Portland.
Oh!
Perales has a 15.7 K per nine in 7 starts in Greenville. What was he pumping last start, Tyler? 99? Was he touching 99?
Yes, and he had 25 whiffs in 5 innings of work. 25 whiffs. That's how ridiculous his stuff is. And for a guy who had real control problems a year ago, the walk per nine, I believe, is 3.4 right now. So the control is coming into where it needs to be. The strikeouts are through the roof. He's worked his deepest start so far this year, 5 innings. That's a big thing he kind of needs to keep working on. And he has the highest ceiling of any Red Sox pitching prospect in the system, and it's not really close. And that's why he's on the 40-man. For those people that want to sit there and argue and say, oh, well, why are you protecting a guy that was in high A? This is why, because they believe he can have the highest ceiling and maybe follow that Brian Bello path. If you're comparing someone in terms of their movement through the system, that's probably the closest comp.
Also, I did some Zach Penrod talk on the baseball hour tonight with Tony Maz.
Woo!
I told him, I was like, hey, let's pivot from the Sox and let's do some dogs. And we talked Penrod for a little bit. We did a whole segment on the dogs. So
Yeah, talking dogs. Maybe we just put that on section 10.
yeah, I'm
Gotta
down.
talk dogs.
I'm down to talk dogs. I'm genuinely, if we want to do that, I will pivot my focus to the dogs and just we can carve out the dog kennel segment.
Just get a
On
barking
Penrod.
sound effect. I think that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, underdog. It's right there.
Yeah.
Makes too much sense.
Whose fucking theme music was that? I don't even know. Was that the British Bulldog? The British Bulldog had a bunch of fucking. I don't know. It's not worth it. Let's not lose it to lose the ad revenue. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I mean Steve knows.
You
No,
know,
yeah,
British
of course.
Bulldog.
Let's let's to the journal.
To the journal. May 20th, game 48 of the season. Once again, Ceddanne Rafaela's defense is special, and that is starred, even though it was that the defense? Was that when he fucked up by going over? Yeah, okay. It's still special.
Canceled out.
I need to start like writing down like what the fuck these thoughts are about. Like this next line says, I think this umpire with the mic is on crystal meth. I think that like this was when he was mic'd up and he did like they were trying to explain the challenge of Ceddanne being like there was like a defensive infraction and he didn't explain it correctly at all.
He was confused why the runner was going to first base, whether it was an automatic walk, but it was really ball four. It's supposed to be a ball when that happens.
Yeah.
And I think he mispronounced it or didn't explain it correctly.
I'm convinced the umps haven't had like mic training. Like it's so foreign to them. I know, who was it last week? Phil Cuzzy that just decided not even to announce anything. He's like, I'm not even going to do it. It's clean it up. Let's figure out the mic. It's not that hard.
And also, Alan Porter left his mic on last night. And he was just like, you know, we had to look at it. I don't want to be on the fucking line for that. And like, he's just going to the whole stadium. No one's blaming me for that fucking bullshit. Jaron Duran hits a triple every night. Tyler, you need to be held accountable.
Me?
Because, yeah.
What did I do?
You did nips for trips once. And like the internet is clamoring for fresh.
Listen,
Fuck
you asked
you.
for accountability.
I still
you
can't
asked for
see them.
accountability. There
Where
it
are
is.
they? There they are.
Yeah.
They're at different angles. They're a little lopsided right now.
Hey, you're looking great right now. I'll be honest.
It's a fact.
Yeah, you look fucking good right now. Those are
been a
clean
good week.
nips. Yeah. Yeah. Those nips look like they've put in their steps. Coley?
Was he ever suspended for the fake nip that he tried to use as the tweet?
No.
It's a little late now. I was
Yeah.
just asking for bookkeeping purposes.
Yeah, I think it's more like suspensions are like in the moment. Suspensions are like
Hmm.
ejections from games.
It can be. It definitely can be.
Yeah.
I got suspended for doing something on a different podcast, but I guess now we can change the rules for sure.
Yeah, but like we played the clip in the moment, so like I heard it. I heard it, and I felt an emotion that I acted upon.
No, for sure. I got it.
Yeah. Will your RBI double? Dude hustles his balls off. 1-0 Sox in the fourth. History 6 straight games with a home run for Raffy, 3-0 Sox in the 4th. Sadan with the 2-run Oppo bomb, 5-0 Sox in the 5th. And here's the game. Here's the game right here. Because old Tanner Houck was actually supposed to get an extra day's rest. And because of the Garrett Whitlock injury, he doesn't get that extra day's rest. And he was coming off how many pitches? 112 last time?
112.
112 pitches, which was a career high, yeah?
Correct.
Career high, 112 pitches, and he was supposed to get an extra day's rest. And because of the Garrett Whitlock injury, he wasn't able to be activated to rejoin the rotation. So Houck goes out there on regular rest and throws 7 more fucking innings, 94 pitches, 68 strikes, only allows 2 hits, 0 earned runs, walks just 1 batter, punches out 5, and gets the ERA back under 2 at 194. Tanner Houck, man, like we had the conversation tonight with Maz about, I asked him, I posed the question, take out Casas because that's the obvious answer. Out of everyone on the roster right now, who's the top priority to approach about an extension? We basically arrived on Tanner Houck and what that deal would look like. But, you know, what the Red Sox are comfortable with, if you're Tanner Houck and you're looking at these results right now, you're like, yeah, that's cool. What you're comfortable with. I'm comfortable with betting on myself and playing this thing out and probably getting 3 times that in free agency if it comes down to it. So, and good for him. You know, if that ends up being how it plays out, then God bless him. I'll miss him. But this outing by Tanner Houck cemented for me him being like a legit frontline guy. It's sub 2. It's 10 starts. It's, hey, I need a day of rest, but no, I don't need it if it's going to help the team. Going out there, 7 innings and 2 hits, shutout, and getting the fucking job done against a team that has given the Red Sox fits over the last half decade.
And it's against a team that he just faced. Like when you're talking about someone and starters in general seeing a lineup back-to-back times, we know what the numbers are. Usually you go through a lineup more than once they see you better. You go through a lineup and you face an entire team twice within 5 days, you're expected to take a step back. No, instead of 5 2/3 and 1 earned run, you get the 7 shutty. But he changed what he did in this start, and that was a big thing to me. In the first start, he was, primary slider 46%, sinker 29%, splitter 25%. Second start, he led with the sinker, slider second, splitter third, and started mixing in the cutter. That's growth to me. That's a pitcher that's realizing I got to kind of mix my pitches differently. I got to go about it a different way. That's pitching. That's more than just stuff. And you start to look around. He's the most valuable pitcher in all of baseball this year. All of baseball. No pitcher has been worth more WAR than him. 4th most innings. Those check off every single box when you're talking about what a frontline starter is. And for him to say that he wants to be remembered as a Red Sox great last week, that's what he's chasing. That's what he cares about. Well, hey, if the Red Sox were fine talking extensions with him, when the numbers weren't there and he wasn't fully healthy, why would you hesitate now? Go put the money out there because it's going to cost you one way or another to get an arm of this level.
He's been so filthy that when he gives up 3 earned, it's like, oh, what's wrong with Tanner tonight? Like, you look at his game log, and he's only given up more than 3 earned runs in 1 start all year.
And it was probably at the back end of the start, too. It's probably like he came out for the 6th or the 7th. And
then someone else gave it up.
Inherited runner. Yeah.
Which has been a thing, too. Like, Tanner's ERA is sub 2, and it seems like anytime he comes out, the bullpen gives up that run. So it should probably be even lower than it is right now. I just like that when he's on the mound, you, as a fan, you don't really have to worry. Like, he seems like he has everything under control. I don't know if he looked like the facial hair looked different. It had like a little, like, Western, like, cowboy thing going on there. It was like a showdown type deal. I'd like to see if that was what it was before, but I specifically noticed that in this series. I'm like, look at this guy. He's fully under control, knows what he's doing. We've talked about the slider being unhittable, and we had kind of alluded to it like maybe 3-4 shows ago. There's still it was crazy then, and it's getting less crazy now to talk about him as an all-star starter. Like, that is something that he could actually get the ball in Texas, which is insane. But yeah, second best ERA in the American League, only behind Seth Lugo of all people, who's 7-1 right now. Tanner Houck has been
on this team for
great to watch.
2.5 years. Yeah.
The only thing,
sign him.
Yeah.
Right.
The only thing on Houck that I think is something to keep an eye on, if you look at the K per 9 in April, it was 9.3. It's been down to 7.4 this month. So he's going about it a different way. It's more contact,
Fucking trade
keeping
him,
the
dude.
ball on the ground.
Yeah, we should deal
Just
with. We should
something-
actually
here,
Why
comes, here
Tanner.
comes Tyler the Grim Reaper. You know?
No, it's just
It's
something
like, hey,
he's
got
going about it a
the
different
most
way.
valuable pitcher in baseball. Yeah, but the strikeouts per 9 are going
No,
down.
but most valuable is his value
His-
ever going to be higher? Ship him out now.
Yeah, his
yes.
7 shutout innings kind of sucked. If you look at it this way, the 7 shutout innings for me when he needed extra rest and didn't get it really pissed me off.
He gave up 2 hits, and those could have been home runs, which sucks. You don't
Yeah.
want to give those up.
Definitely
Mhm.
could have been home runs.
Yep. So
This guy
Stats
sucks.
puts out a similar-esque thing just talking about his slider. Oh, everyone responds to that. I talk about the entire thing, and it's the end of the world.
I mean, you guys hang on stats as nuts. I appreciate stats, but I mean, some people
love
on
stats.
Red Sox Twitter treat the word as gospel, and I'm like, come on. Give me
I
some-
kinda-
I'm
I
not
kinda
saying
do. I
something
kinda
to
do. I
freak
love
out
stats.
about.
I know you do. You're a fucking Stevie reply guy. You reply to every.
I do like
fucking
replying to
account.
stuff. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
replying to stuff. Is there a problem
I
with
know
that? You have a
you
problem with that?
It's just, you're like Stevie reply. You used to get on me for being reply guy. Now you're the reply
No,
guy. I
you
don't
were you
reply.
used to reply negative stuff. You get in bicker offs on Twitter. I like replying
did.
with like a I love this tweet. Yeah, I got no problem with
I
that.
love this tweet. You've never responded to one of my tweets saying I love this tweet.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Go do it right now.
All
What
right.
if I would pick a good tweet though?
Yeah, I'm not gonna pick one I
Don't
don't
you-
love.
Yeah, don't pick a tweet. Like, don't pick the most recent tweet. Pick like a good tweet when you're like, damn, I love this shit.
I'm gonna say exactly that. Damn, I
Yeah.
love this shit.
Yeah, respond to one of my tweets and be like, damn, I love this shit. Yeah.
All right, just
Which-
did.
All right,
All
which
cap.
one did you pick?
Bobby Dahlbeck.
Ah, all right. See, Tyler, see that?
I'm not seeing shit.
No, I mean, but you know what?
Really?
Yeah, it's for you. Yeah.
Oh, the Wolves are gonna lose. That's just an update. NBA update on Section 10.
Wow, what's that mean?
They're just gonna lose Game 1. That's all.
Oh, it's a new round. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to give up an update during a suspension. There we go.
Yeah. Thank you for the
For something
Wolves
people are already gonna know.
versus the Mavs, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking right.
Yep. And Kyrie Irving is on the Mavs.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be interesting if the Mavs made it to the finals against the Celtics because the fans in Boston would be like, ooh.
Jerry Hoop. You know
Remember-
ball, dude.
Yeah. I remember when Kyrie was like, I can't wait to sign a lifetime contract with the Celtics. And then he immediately left, which is a good thing because I think he is not as good as everyone thought he was.
Friggin' nailed it. Coley knows
Yeah.
it too. Coley
Yeah.
knows he just nailed it.
Is Kyrie that good anymore, Coley?
He had 30 tonight.
Yeah, the three
Fake
games
30.
away from the finals.
He what?
They're 3 games away from the finals.
Yeah, he had a soft 30. Kind of weak.
Yeah, it was all like garbage time.
Yeah.
Hi, BABIP.
Yeah,
Yep. There we go.
yeah. Here we go. Red Sox 5, Rays 0.
I do think we kind of skipped by Devers having the longest home run streak in Red Sox history. I don't know. It's a classic, like, what do you add to it? I did love the bat flip. I thought that fit what the record was. I'm wondering if Bobby's going to do, like, a passing of the torch, you know, being the last guy to have 5, and now Raffy's the only one with 6. But
Bobby Dahlbeck. Bobby Dahlbeck.
I think
poor Bob.
I think it's less about the history and the 6 straight games of the home run and more about like Raffy's hot and we need a Raffy to get hot. If it were 6 home runs in 8 games, I would feel the same way, like versus like 6 straight and like that being the team record. The fact that he's just hitting a lot of home runs in a small amount of time is what excites me. The record I don't really care about.
I do like that Raffy has it. I feel like that matters. I know sometimes
Yeah.
team records can be held by random. It's like, how the hell? Oh, he just had a hot
Yeah, if
2
it was
weeks.
like Shea Hillenbrand, I'd be like, what the fuck?
Literally right here. I got Shea. Did you know that?
You should take that down.
I got Shea Hillenbrand bat right here. I met him at a
but
D'Angelo's.
He
Is he a bad guy?
he said something homophobic. So
All right. Gotta take it
he
down.
did. You got to take it down. Yep.
Sorry, man.
Yep.
Break
Section
it, Steve,
10.
in front of us.
Section
Break it
10
in
loves
front
the
of us.
gays. We love the gays.
That's the next quote card.
I mean, we do.
We do.
Yep. Shea Hillenbrand bat got to come down.
All right, gonna have to get a new bat. I'll take
get a new bat.
suggestions. in the comments.
You know what, Steve? I
Probably
just
like
got
a shilling.
Yeah,
What?
like a shilling game used bat.
Nothing problematic. There.
I just got it. But I think you'll appreciate it more than me. I have a signed Mo Vaughn bat that I'll gift to you.
Game used?
No, but it's just a Mo Vaughn signed bat.
I would greatly appreciate that. Yeah,
Yeah,
love Big Mo.
I'll give you that. Down with Shea Hillenbrand.
I'll put it
Up
up.
with the gays. Up with the gays. Down with the Shays. And in with the hit dog.
Shout out Foxy Lady.
Hit Dog
Yeah.
always supported the gays, so this works
Yeah.
out great. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Middle game here.
Oh, wait.
Tyler,
I have
What?
Devers thoughts.
I think
Share
that's fair.
them.
That's fair. Tyler,
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
I feel like the reason no one's talking about what Rafael Devers is doing this year was because of the homer total. Like, people would just sit there before he went on this streak. He's on pace to have his best offensive season ever. Like, we're talking OBP, slugging, weighted runs created plus. Like, this is the best version of Raffy the hitter. His walk rate's up 3%. Like, everyone was just kind of ignoring it because the homer total wasn't there. But now that he's at 10 and he's kind of where you want him to be, I hope people acknowledge it. Raffy's becoming, taking that next step as a mature hitter in this league and the kind of guy that can carry your lineup for maybe longer stretches than some of the up and down, first half we've seen before fall off in the second half. I think that's why Alex Cora really wasn't super excited post game, and neither was Devers, where they're like, no, he's not fully locked in yet. They believe he has another gear to go. That's very telling, I think, of how they view him and what they expect out of him. I'm happy he holds himself to that standard too, because that's how good he's going to need to play for this team to go anywhere or hopefully make a playoff run. He needs to be godlike.
Most officially holds the title most extra base hits since the 2019 season, and he's gotten more. Freddie Freeman in second, Marcus Seaman in third. He's played 50 less games than each of those individuals, so he's just tearing the cover off the ball. You're looking at a top 5 power hitter in the sport.
Pretty good.
on pace for the same homers as last year. Probably going to have a
Yeah.
similar season, which was an underrated year for Raffy.
Yeah, on pace for making all the people that talk about his contract look like fucking idiots again.
Well, they'll just
because
go to the fielding shit. I don't know. It's stupid.
they're
Round
gonna
and round we
go
go.
to the field and shit.
They're going to go to the field and shit.
I've never seen somebody do that. You know what? Here's a thought,
Yeah.
Coley, and for Steve as well. I know Tyler is pretty much a one sport guy like me. I was in the barber chair Friday morning, and I had this thought. I was watching NBA playoff footage highlights.
I was watching footage.
I was watching the tapes, right?
The
He's
archives.
I hit the-
at the barbershop. They got the
I'm at the
VCR. They
barbershop,
put it in.
they're-
All right, here we go. We're going to
Yeah,
watch the
they're-
footage.
Yeah, they're watching.
It's not the game feed. It's like a guy who with like a camcorder,
Yeah.
like Shaq at the dunk contest.
Yeah, I'm watching the footage back, right? And I'm thinking to myself, why is baseball, I guess soccer too, but soccer is not a real sport. Why is baseball the sport where people run onto the field more than anything, but not just more than anything, but at all? Because I'm watching, you know what prompted the thought was there was a game where the basketball just landed in the hands of a fan who was sitting courtside. And I'm like, these people are like on the, like, all they have to do is stand up and they're in the middle of the fucking court if they want it to be. But you never see fans run out onto the court unless it's like a buzzer beater win in college or something like that. In the NBA, you don't get the drunk guy running across the court. And it's way easier to get onto the court as a basketball fan. No, Coley, it's not. No. It's way easier to get on the court as a basketball fan than it is to be a baseball fan to get out to center field. You have to like climb walls and jump down 8 feet to get onto the fucking field at baseball games.
You answered the question yourself. You said the drunk fan. The people who pay thousands and thousands of dollars to sit courtside are not drunk. They're up. You've sat in the nosebleeds at the Garden. That's so far away from the court. That's not the same as center field. It's much more accessible for the drunk person.
But in the
to get onto
history
a
of the
field in a
world,
baseball
there's
game.
never been a drunk rich person before.
I mean, they're drinking
They're probably
mixies
not at a
courtside.
basketball game.
I am a little surprised, McMahon. Like I thought that's a good thought, Jared. First off,
Thank you.
because
Thank you.
that hit me quasi recently, where I was like, it is kind of crazy how many fans are so close to the court. You're literally
With no
on
barrier.
the court.
There's
No, I mean you got
nothing.
people that are on the bench, the
Yeah.
team bench. Like,
you can spit on the players from where you're sitting as a fan.
and they encourage
it's
it
right
if it's
there.
the road team to spit on them. So
Yeah.
I'm honestly stunned that we haven't. There's been a couple protesters that go on the court over the years,
Yeah,
but
that's always funny.
it's hilarious, and then they just get lit up. But I am stunned that we don't have more drunk fans that just kind of roll out on the court and do crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So a baseball field.
There's just more mass.
What's the surface area of a baseball field? You've got 9, 10 guys. Like if assuming the bases are empty, you've got like 10 guys on the field during gameplay, and they're all very far apart from each
Not
other.
counting
A basketball court is 90 by 45 rectangle, give or take,
Mm.
and everyone on the court's 6'9", and
Probably
they're very
easier to
close
get away
together.
with it. You don't have to
Definitely
jump
not.
over anything. You can just run across the court and then run down the fucking.
Oh, you
into
couldn't
the
get out.
concourse.
Oh, a court you couldn't get
dying.
out. They have security on every corner. There's no way you could. Wait, you gonna
during
get
a
in a tunnel?
timeout. During a timeout.
Oh, you got extra during the timeout. You got
During a
policemen
timeout?
on the court
Way
during a
more during
timeout.
Yeah, it's such a bad idea. And like when you think about why not football either, again, every person we've ever seen run on a football field just gets absolutely laid the fuck out by one of the players.
Yeah.
Like that's what they're paid to do. It's by
They're
far
dying
the
for it. They're
worst
like,
idea.
I'm not gonna get a flag for unnecessary roughness here. This is a drunk dude.
It happened in like every Patriots Super Bowl of like that first 3 out of 4 years. Like someone would try and run on, and like Ted Johnson would just murderize.
It was always
somebody.
Ted Johnson. Ted Johnson. That's like in his contract. If a fan goes on, you gotta light him up.
Yeah.
We're not gonna
So
pay.
that's mine.
They're
Yeah.
dying for it. Football players want you to run on the field.
1,000%. Yeah, basketball. I mean, also. We've seen what happened when the fans get on the stands at the Malice at the Palace. Like baseball doesn't have that. Hockey had it with Terry O'Reilly, and obviously, like you said, this barrier and all that. But when Terry O'Reilly was up there, like putting his skate blade to people's throats, they were like, "All right, yeah, we probably won't fight hockey players anymore." Baseball players. When was the last time a baseball player fought a fan?
Who was it?
Milton Bradley?
Seems like a thing Milton Bradley.
I
would
think
do
it
for
was.
sure.
Yeah, some drunk fans on the first base side, right?
Who's the dude? There was a player on the Astros that threw a folding chair into the stands and hit someone and got like arrested for it. I'm pretty sure.
That does sound familiar.
It's like
but I can't
Wilson.
place it.
I'm hearing the name Wilson.
Betterment?
Maybe.
I mean, Sheffield had that back and forth with like the beer in right field. JD Martinez honked that girl's titties.
Yeah. Yeah. Frank Francisco.
Okay. All right.
Frank-
Apologies to Wilson Betterment for slandering his name.
Wasn't
Yeah.
there like a first base coach that got jumped or something at like a Royals game? I think that's
that
happened.
also sounds familiar.
I vaguely remember like two fans running out and
no,
just
you're
like
right. Yeah, I was a father and son that ran.
yeah,
on the field.
and just like clobbered a first base coach and we're like beating him up. It's like, what the hell made you think this
Oh,
was
yeah, I
a
remember
good
that.
idea?
This was in
But that-
2004. He was charged with felony battery.
yeah.
Frank Francisco
wow.
threw a chair that hit a woman and broke her nose.
Jeez.
But it's like, what was it? The shit with Stephen Kwan last year in New York, where like they
It's
were like
always New
scaling
York
the
now.
wall.
That was,
Verdugo had the back and forth.
Jaron
with-
Duran?
That was what's his name?
Yeah.
Miles Straw.
Right, Miles Straw. But it's like there's plenty of fan interaction in baseball, but there haven't been a ton of players beating the shit out of fans. We've seen it in the NBA this century.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, good luck. If you want to go fight Ben Wallace, be my guest.
Yeah.
Good fucking luck.
I guess,
Just
like,
because you run on the court doesn't mean you want to fight the
Yeah,
players.
I heard. Yeah, Jared, I feel like you brought this up more to be like assuming the drunkos would be like, I'm like next to LeBron.
Yeah, look
this
at
is
me.
nuts.
Look at me. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, someone did that LeBron's return game to Cleveland. Someone did run on the court
Yeah.
with like the white t-shirt when he was with the Heat.
didn't he hug him?
He was like promptly tackled by like 50 security guards.
I am surprised we don't have more of like the Messi treatment where people are trying to get selfies with, like Anthony Edwards
Ohtani?
now or something like that. And he probably would be down. He's the chillest. But yeah, it
Oh,
is
for
interesting.
sure.
It is interesting. You would think some courtside person over the years would have done it, but I don't think it's happened.
Hmm. Anyways, the middle game here. May 21st against the Tampa Bay Rays. First line. This is a poetic line. I wonder how it's going to hit Tyler. I wonder how you're going to feel about this first line, T-Dog. Let me know how it makes you feel like in here.
In
You
my
ready?
heart.
You ready for it?
Yes, sir.
What I'm getting from Cooper Criswell is what I wanted to get from Garrett Whitlock, but maybe better. How's that taste?
It's not bad. I understand where you're coming from.
Put it this
I
way.
think
It's not just as a general thought, as a Jared thought, because Jared wanted Garrett Whitlock in the bullpen. I never believed in Garrett Whitlock, the starting pitcher. So this is what my expectations were for Garrett Whitlock, the starter, which it's diminished shit. It's not elite reliever shit that he's maintaining as a. It's not. It's not.
Whitlock stuff is way better than Cooper's. Let's not be disrespectful.
That's not
here.
what I said. That's not what I said. I'm
You said
saying
diminished stuff.
it's Garrett Whitlock's stuff as a starter is diminished from as Garrett Whitlock as a reliever.
Yeah, it's still 5 times better than what Cooper.
I didn't
Gross.
compare their stuff. I'm just saying that he, as a starter, is not as dominant as he was as a reliever. So my expectations for him were lowered as a starter. And Cooper Criswell, I feel like the results that we've gotten from Cooper Criswell are right in line with what I had hoped for to see from Garrett Whitlock. And yeah, I guess it's a compliment to both guys.
Yeah, you wanted back end support. That's it. Give me 5 innings that I don't have to freak out about that keep you in the game.
I mean, he's got a fucking sub 3.
Yeah, I think the ERA is a little deceiving. It's 286. The FIP's like 392. I think that's a lot closer to the actual talent level, but that's fine.
Which is still
That's beautiful.
tremendous.
More than happy with that. Still better than anything that Whitlock has done as a starter.
All right.
I completely disagree, and that was
Oh, that's
extremely
fine.
rude.
It's a subjective statement.
Well, Whitlock had 4 starts this year with a sub 2.
Okay, that's 4 starts. What's the whole package as a starter?
Been a little up and down, that's
Yeah,
for
it's like
sure.
a
But he's a
fucking
different
8.
guy under Andrew Bailey. He's a
Anyways,
different guy under
yeah.
Andrew Bailey.
Yeah,
What was
oh, yeah,
Cooper
yeah, 4
Criswell
star.
before he got here?
Yeah.
Tampa Bay didn't even want him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Next line here says Vaughn Grissom is going to be just fine. I don't know if I believe that. But
I do.
This is what the notes say.
Me too.
I know. I mean, like his OPS is in the 300s right now. I don't know how salvageable
Buddy.
it is by the end of the season. Like, all right,
He
Coley.
smoked 2 balls today.
All
Just
right,
unlucky.
yeah. Vaughn Grissom, what would you be happy with minimum? Like, what's the floor for what Vaughn Grissom's OPS could be with how he has started? It's been a month. It's been 3 weeks roughly. The OPS is like 340 something. What's the floor of what you could get from Vaughn Grissom as an OPS and be like, all right, I'm happy with this first season? 740.
Floor.
He's
Yeah.
got to more
I was
than
thinking-
double it. Yeah.
I was thinking lower than that, honestly.
No, it's got to be mid 700s.
I'm not. Like, he's the youngest player on the team, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at since the start, and I'm also looking for I'm not jumping ahead. I promise I'm not jumping
Yeah,
ahead.
please
'Cause it
don't.
applies to every game.
Please don't.
Once he starts getting pitches thrown over the plate, called strikes, and not just any pitch that happens to go past him, then I can start judging him more fairly. Because even the one tonight was it was like 12 inches off the plate. Didn't swing, called strike. It happens to him every other at bat.
Isn't it
he's hitting
weird,
the
by the
ball
way,
like-
that Grissom's that guy? It's normally a guy that's either like hovering over the plate or like has a different kind of
It was
size.
Bob before.
He's the most like
It was
average
Bob.
size guy. I don't know if you guys know, he did lose 14 pounds. I did want to mention that. You probably
What?
haven't heard that yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just surprised. You're right, Coley. That happens every series with Vaughn Grissom.
way too much. I'm thinking to me, the question with him this year was how's he going to look at second, like defensively, which I feel like he's been okay. Like
Does he have any errors?
for
I
the
don't think
guys,
so.
for the guys
tonight,
we've been rolling
he
out.
flubbed the play tonight.
St. Louis, he had a bad moment where the ball went like right over his glove. I thought he played really good in the Tampa Bay series. He's made a
I mean, he
couple
still
like
got
sliding
the out
plays.
tonight.
He's
He
good.
still
because
got the out
Buddy-
at second base, but it could have
Yeah,
been a
guy
double.
just walked from first to second.
It was a line drive. Like he didn't know. He didn't
No,
want to
I
take
know.
off.
It was just very funny.
Yeah.
He's
It
got
was
one
very funny.
error so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been rolling out just no name after shithead after asshole second base since Manny Machado took out Dustin Pedroia. What was that, like almost a decade ago at this
That was
fucking point? Like 8 years ago?
Yeah.
7 years ago. I just if it's even more like a second half split thing. If his second half, if he's like a 750 guy, I don't need the season to look at 750. That's where I'm thinking like 695, 710. I'm not going to be like retire his number or anything like that, but it's like, yeah, let me see him get these 14 pounds back. And then it's also like he's not swinging wildly and missing. He's making hard contact just directly at people.
Oh. That would be a good, what is it, Sporkle? That quiz website?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Name all the second basemen since Manny Machado ended Dustin Pedroia's career.
No one's getting that.
I don't think I could.
So many.
We've had, 6 this year?
Yeah, so like just guys who have played an inning of second base.
Right.
Like we've had catchers there.
Mm-hmm.
Probably had like Cooper Criswell probably played there.
Flipping shortstop and second baseman last year, depending on the day and what you needed between Pablo Reyes and Yu Chang at times.
Right.
Yu Chang, man. Does he have any big league at bats yet this year?
He's hurt. Oblique.
Oh, no way.
Feels like there's a lot of oblique injuries in baseball this year, more so than normal.
Yeah, torque is in, baby. Torque
sounds like it's out.
Yeah, well, it could be on its way out now, but scientifically, I would say it's in. I would argue that it's in.
Agreed.
On the Grissom front, Cora
Jaron
did back
Duran
him.
can hurt you, and so. Oh no, you go. No, you go.
Continue. I thought I was
go ahead.
ahead.
No,
you go.
Nothing.
What were you
Continue.
saying? What were you
Nothing.
saying? Was that Von
It's
Grissom?
already over.
Von Grissom thought?
Hell of a ball player.
If it's not a Von Grissom thought, I don't want to hear it. But if it's a Von
It is a
Grissom
Von
thought,
Grissom
all right,
thought.
then I want to hear it. I want to hear the Von Grissom thought.
Alex Cora made a point to back him to the media because people were wondering with the David Hamilton start, right? On the first game of the series. Go ahead, Coley.
When Alex Cora backed him, I immediately thought, oh no. Like he's backed one other person this year. And it's the DH they just made disappear. They've erased him from the planet.
No timeline either. No timeline on the injury.
The other guy that they've backed was Bob.
Right. Yeah. It's not the best back. I don't think it's it's probably coincidence, but when Cora was like, we're going to play this fucking guy every day. It's like the last guy he said that about, we don't know if he's still alive.
Yeah. The last two guys. I mean, it's almost a horrible thing to get backed by this team. If this team believes in you and they're like throwing their support behind you, it's over. It's over for you.
It's like Pirates of the Caribbean, Steve. I know you were just about to bring it up. When they put the black mark on Johnny Depp's hand.
Yeah.
Fuck, that's getting backed on this Red Sox team this year.
You guys are talking Yoshida, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love this tweet today or yesterday by Catillo, which I will mention at some point. Yoshida not doing any baseball activities. I do love that. Just want to let you know he's literally doing nothing.
He's not even playing the show.
No, he's not even playing the video game right now. Like this guy.
No.
I mean, I'm happy for him because now he really gets to lean into the tourism. He is touring like you read about.
I saw him at Target the other day. He walked right past the baseball card section. He was just like, sorry, no baseball activities for me.
None. Past the GameStop, they had the show on. He's like, food court. We got to get out of here.
Nope. Yep. He actually, there's a store that had like MLB Network on the front window, and he fucking kicked the TV over. He's like, no baseball activities for me. They made him pay for it, and he was happy to do it, but he just was very strict about.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not. He didn't damage goods that he didn't own, but he paid for the TV, so he technically owned it at the end of the day.
The funny thing with how the tweet is worded is like he's really going out of his way. The last thing I'm gonna do is a baseball activity. Like, come on, this is no way. Baseball, me, no, not doing it.
Baseball,
no chance.
I hope we start getting like CJ Stroud. Every game they show him play like 9 sports before he goes and plays quarterback. I hope we start getting videos of like Yoshida just shooting hoops in like the South End, like Madison Park.
He's playing street hockey. Like, let's go.
He's just like on rollerblades. That'd be great.
It's like, I'm super healthy. Like
Yeah.
the healthiest person you've
This
seen.
guy's playing goalie. He's got the mask on. He's stopping shots.
Yeah. No baseball for me.
No, baseball sucks. Masataka
Yeah.
Yoshida.
He's in the Olympics this summer. He's like
Powerlifting.
rowing crew. Yeah.
The old jerk and clean.
Yeah.
Like, dude's got fucking 825 over his head right now. It's crazy.
This guy's bringing home gold medals. Like, what's going
Yeah.
on here?
What's the world record for that lift? World?
Jerking clean?
Yeah.
I
It's
couldn't.
got to
even
be
mention
over
it.
1,000. No. Heaviest ever
595?
filmed? 595. Yeah. Heaviest
gonna
in
say 1,000
competition?
pounds.
580. Yeah. 1,000 pounds would put you in the fucking ground.
If someone could jerk and clean 1,000 pounds, they would be the most horrifying human to ever exist.
Red Sox might let him try. They might be
yeah.
willing to.
Yeah. They're like, give it a shot, dude. Who cares?
Like just picking a Fiat straight up off the ground over here.
I mean, it says
Yeah.
the Guinness record is Greg Ernst, who lifted 2 grown oxen in July of '93. That's 534
Oh, yeah.
I remember
pounds.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it says 1,000 people were there to witness it. Obviously, Jared was
1,000
one of them.
people. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the world deadlift record? Yeah. See?
That could be 1,000.
Yeah. That's 1185.
What?
Yeah.
The maximum 18-inch deadlift belongs to Oleksiy Novikov
Novikov, yep.
of the Ukraine, who has set a new world record by lifting 1,185 pounds at the 2020 World's Strongest Man.
Yoshida, this is your time, brother.
Yeah.
Break it.
Novikov has
Mhm.
lifted more, though, and in 2022 set a record in the Hummer tire deadlift with 1,210 pounds
10
at the
pounds.
Shaw Classic Strongman contest.
Strongman contest, yep.
Being able to deadlift basically 1,200 pounds and then threw a 10 on there just to fuck with them.
Just going up to like a Ford F-150 and just lifting up the back two wheels.
Yeah.
Just
That's what Yoshida's doing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
He's got what, like 2 months till Paris?
Is that what the Olympics are this year?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he'll be
It's
there.
the Summer Olympics. They're doing the
That-
Winter Olympics in the
Yeah,
summer
they're
this
doing
year?
the Winter Olympics in July. It's
Mhm.
wild.
That would be cool. Like if you just like if I could just be wearing a t-shirt while Masataka Yoshida was bobsledding in the Olympics, that'd be sick.
in the middle of the summer. Yeah.
Yeah, who wants to freeze your balls off while just standing there watching, 4 dudes in a sled? Like
Fair.
if I'm gonna be standing out in the snow, I want to get on the damn sled.
Mhm.
You know? Jaron Duran can hurt you in so many ways. It was a home run to make it 2-2 in the 6th inning in this game. Next line here says, I want Willier on this team for the next 10 years. RBI single makes it 3-2 in the 8th. Cooper Criswell, 5 1/3 innings, 79 pitches, 56 strikes, 6 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and it's a 2.86 ERA. Tyler, what slander do you have about Cooper Criswell's outing?
I don't have any slander. He didn't change his arsenal as much. Just really a little less changeup usage overall. But
Mhm.
the fact that he faced 1 batter over the minimum from the 2nd to the 5th, that's what you're hoping for. I think he had 10 whiffs total. When he didn't do that last start, that was the problem. He does need to miss bats to some degree. It's the weakest part of his game, but in this start, he did it against a lineup that he just saw. And he finally got revenge against his former team.
I'm sure that's what was on his mind, was revenge.
Revenge game, baby.
I kind of bet some of that was on his mind. Coley?
Yeah, no, Coop's a big revenge guy. Earlier, Jared, you said Houck would be the number 2 guy to give an extension behind Casas being the obvious
Mhm.
one. You really would prefer Houck over Abreu?
So I think Abreu at this point you can get for a fair price. Houck, I'm worried about the price going up.
My counter would be we have Houck until 2028, regardless.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And Willier's probably 29. Like, it's not that much of a difference. But if one guy, I'm not trying to knock Houck. It's just this is the best he's pitched, and he just like I'm okay if we were to pay him. I'm not anti-paying Houck, but it does feel like he's going to be 30, 31 by the time 28 comes around.
Yeah.
It is a fair question. Like, who's going to be helping you win more in 2027 between those two guys?
But isn't that the argument?
It isn't. It's 29 because they're both going to be.
No,
here
and I'm just saying once like a
regardless.
contract's up, once it's like the contract
Sure,
year.
sure.
Yeah.
I think the conversation becomes what is harder to develop and have come through your system. Like Tanner Houck, if he's a frontline starting pitcher, you've been waiting more than a decade for something of that, at least a proven guy, and we're seeing Bello try to figure that out. With Abreu, him and Duran right now, obviously you paid Ceddanne Rafaela. You could say, hey, we don't think we're going to pay Abreu long term. Ship him out. Roman Anthony takes his spot. Are you going to have another pitcher? No, but this is the conversation. This is the conversation we're having about paying and extending guys. It's like, all right, well, what do you have in the pipeline in order to replace that? Are you going to have someone else that could be a top of the rotation starter? You don't know that.
If that in this scenario, that does kind of feel like a tiebreaker. If you feel like you have two top outfielders that are going to be up here in the next X amount of years, that's part of the discussion.
I think my counter is he's going to be his age 32 season, that first year of free agency for the starter. And we just saw multiple more decorated starters younger than that hit free agency and get fucking nothing.
Do they have Houck through 2028?
No, he's a free agent. Yeah, he's a free agent in 2028. So that would be the end of the 28th season.
No.
So, but still,
Free agency starts in that year, though.
I'll tell you right now.
Like, free agency opens in 2028.
I'll tell you right now.
I'll tell you right now. Hey, tell us right
I'll
now.
tell you right now. I'll tell you right now, huh? Tanner Houck, A1, A2, A3. Yeah, so it's through 27.
But still,
Okay.
you have them through another 3 years. Like, I sometimes we can catch ourselves in the moment and jump ahead a little bit, and we don't jump ahead on this show.
Yeah, don't jump.
But
ahead.
I do think that's something where it's like, I don't want this is going to sound negative. This is going to sound like Tyler would be saying, but it's not the end of the world if you get this plus 3 really good years of Tanner Houck while you continue to potentially have a stronger rotation as you go along here. Maybe finally sign a pitcher. Maybe. I know that's kind of illegal. I don't know if that's the worst thing either. If
You're
you just
still
don't
paying
extend
Trevor
him,
Story $25 million through that time as well.
it's not great. It's not great.
Luckily, he has an opt-in that he controls. It makes it so he's here longer.
Be sick if he was just nice
Thank
and like,
God.
I'm not going to do it. I won't. I won't take it.
Is that how it's built? He has the opt-in.
So
Yes, it's a plate
I
appearance
think
thing, right?
I think me and Tyler are the only two who actually like read the contract.
All right, here it
details
is.
when
Here it
came
is.
up.
Here it is. No, it's a club option.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Just play or opt out.
It's-
right?
It's a 4-year deal, and if he opts in after that 4 years, it becomes a 7-year deal.
Signed by Boston as a free agent. 2022, 20 million. 2023, 20 million. 2024, 22 and a half. 25, 22 and a half. 26, 25 million. 27, 25 million. 28, $25 million club option with a $5 million buyout. Story may opt out of his contract after the 2025 season. If he does so, Boston may negate his decision by exercising its 2028 option. So that if Story wants to opt out next year, the Red Sox can stop him, but they have to pick up. They have to.
You're
pick
not
up
going
that,
anywhere, buddy.
Yeah, they have to pick up that $25 million option in 2028 if they want to do that.
But I believe if he opts in, it triggers that 28 as
There,
well.
he doesn't have an option.
I'm pretty sure he
I'm
does.
reading it right now. It's a club option for 28. So
I got
they
the write up from MLB Trade Rumors right here.
He's in through 27, and then 28 is a $25 million club option. They can buy him out for $5 million.
It's not great either way.
Yeah, either way, it's 2027 at $25 million over the last 2 years, 26 and 27. What year are we in now? 24?
Yeah.
So we still got 3 more years after this.
Extend Tanner. Here we go.
Hey, pay Tanner up. How about it?
And with that, you're only going to be getting, 2 or 3 free agency years out of that. So it's not like you're going to be going super deep into the tank either way here. You are going to be getting his prime and hopefully getting out before then. It's not David Price where you're paying post 30 and saying, all right, well, go do what you did in your prime in your mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
Like, no, let's carry this through until you're 33, 34.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of why I'm against doing it at all. Like if this team's telling you we're cutting payroll every year, which they have said that and done that, why tie up extra money when he's not a free agent? He has no control.
Well, so you're in a good position to have a front of the rotation starter when that time comes, and you have cheaper options in the meantime that could play the outfield.
Do you really want to pony up for his age 32 through 36 seasons? That's really
what
I'm
it
not
would
going
be,
as far
right?
as
That's what it would
36.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think it's just like let the market dictate. If someone wants to give him a huge deal, I hope he gets money. Like, I don't want it to sound, I'm always on the side of the players getting money, but from a genuine team building standpoint, like they signed Raphael because that was dirt cheap. Bello was 3 years younger when he was approached about the extension than Houck, and we got we get 2 extra years, Tyler?
Correct. If they pick him up.
2 extra years that are like 30 and 32, like not even the years like Houck's still under control under those years. That's why it made more sense. Willier is 24? You sign him like Rafaela and have him here for 8 more years. I understand what you're saying with the logjam potentially, but these guys, like, we've seen enough, I feel like, of Willier to be like, yeah, this guy's a big league player.
I have no problem investing in Willier. If that's the guy you pick and you think you want him here, cool, go for it. His between last year and this year, what he's doing, he is looking like a Jay Bruce-esque player. He's going to go out there and play above average defense in right field. He's going to pop probably at some point 20 to 25 homers while being, 120 OPS plus guy. I think with Tanner Houck, though, the writing's already there. We know they were fighting to get an extension done with him this offseason, and They have been for years. They value him, and they see him taking this leap. Sucks for them. He took the leap before they could get the deal done. I just have a hard time thinking they're going to walk away from it, because I think Tanner as a whole, just the way he talks about it, he doesn't seem like someone who's looking to fucking cash out and go nuts. He just wants to be fairly compensated.
Fair. Yeah.
That's it. And, that's what it's come off. And, best friends with Garrett Whitlock on the team. We know what being in Boston means to him. I think you could get him on a fair deal. There's ways to make this all work. If Tanner Houck keeps this going, it's really hard for me to see him not getting paid at least for a few free agency years.
The worst case isn't even bad, by the way. So, at least we can fall back on that. The fact that you have 3.5 more years of Tanner Houck, worst case scenario, I was like, all right, this could be way worse than that. So I'm not going to lose sleep over potential contract stuff, which we know is not going to happen this season. I know it technically could, but it just seems so unlikely considering what he's doing right now.
Yeah. Abreu did a dumb, but I forgive him for it. He overran second base in the 8th inning. Shit happens.
He has some of the most dumb forgiveness built up, I would say. Right?
Yeah.
I feel the same with
dumb equity.
Yeah, exactly. I think Rafaela has some good dumb equity as well. When he was on the wrong side of the bag, it's like, you still are making great plays, so it's okay.
Yeah.
We'll let this one slide.
Yeah. The Rays are dumb. Just tag Raffy. Duran steals home 4-2 in the 8th. Reese with the insurance tank makes it 5-2 in the 9th. Red Sox win 5-2 to move back over 500. Guaranteeing Ketchup and moving into 3rd place. Yes, Tyler.
I thought the Jarren Duran home run was a big deal just for the player and where he's at with those mechanics at the plate. And they started talking about it on the broadcast now, which is really cool. 2 homers in 5 days out of him. You look back to, I believe it's May 8th, first time we saw him break out those mechanics. 286, 352, 592, 944 OPS. So this new change, and he shot a ball the other way we saw multiple times in this series. If you were scared he was going way back into the 2021 form, where it was just pull, 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 I don't think that's it. But now he's tapping into more power. If he starts hitting homers and gets close to 15, and we're already talking about a guy that's top 7 in WAR in Major League Baseball right now, you're talking like this super freak that could be 15, 20 jacks, 30 stolen bases, leads the MLB in triples. He's 3rd in doubles right now. Like, what a ridiculous profile. And he's one of the best defenders in all of baseball right now. Like, that's an absurd package to be carrying. I don't know. It really impresses me how much he continues to evolve and change. And the fact that he's the one who implemented this change, not Pete Fozzie, that's an interesting thing to me.
And he loves your nipples, dude. He is obsessed with Tyler's nips.
Also, like, Duran is a go off the script guy. Like, I want to say, I was saving it for if we ever got him on the podcast.
He'll come on. Absolutely.
He'll come on. Like, I've talked to him about it, and I'm like, you got to do the podcast. And he's like, I just fucking, I'll do it. But like, he's just like afraid that he's going to say something stupid. Like he
dropped an F-bomb on TV.
Yeah, like,
but this is a different version of him, though. I don't know. I think he's.
It's not. This was literally a conversation we had last year.
No, I'm saying I don't think he'd like the F-bomb on TV. Like he can't just do that here. He can just say that.
It's not that like he would say the F-bomb. It's like he doesn't want to say something that people are gonna clip and take out of context and use against him. He's like, I feel like I'm just better off not saying anything and letting my numbers speak for themselves versus like start talking on an open mic and then have people take snippets of what I say and use it against me, which like I get it. Like I understand that, but like that's his hesitation about coming on the podcast.
I do think he still wants to do it. Like I do think maybe not in season, maybe this would be an off season thing, but yeah, that has caused him a little bit of hesitation. I'm not saying Jaren's like a completely different, but I had Jaren's stuff for a little bit later, but everything you just said, Tyler, fully agree with. And it's just nice to see how comfortable he looks right now. One thing I wanted to say about that Raffy play, Jared, we were watching that at the High Roller, a great restaurant in Portland. Definitely check it out. I watched that play about 10 times just to make sure I wasn't losing my mind. And I still don't know why they didn't tag Rafael Devers at second base. And everyone in the comments was like, oh, it's because he pulled up. Technically, he pulled up, but he was still like a foot away from... Who had the ball? Was it Lau? Who had that ball at second? Rosario? I forget who had it. But it's like, oh, well, Jaren's flying home. It's like, dude, there's 2 outs. Just tag Devers. I was so confused at what was going on. I do understand that in the moment, sometimes as a fielder, you can just be like, oh, God, like we got to get that guy at home. And then you just forget maybe that there's 2 outs and the third out is literally a foot to your left. But weird play.
Cora said after the game, which went against what was being said on the broadcast about Devers kind of dodging the tag and trying to draw the throw. He was like, no, we kind of just knew they were going to throw through there. So I don't know if that happened earlier in the game. We know Cora is really good at kind of picking up signs and that different kind of stuff. Easy. Maybe on the Will You're Abreu play, there was something noticed there. But it seemed like they knew what was going to happen on that play and they were ready to send Duran and just see what was going to happen, no matter what.
Last night's game, before we move on to the series finale game, which was tonight, a shout out to Will Fleming and Mike Monaco for shouting us out.
Yep.
We actually have the audio this time.
Our buddies at Section 10 are live streaming. We are tied in the 8th after all. I love those guys.
Love you too.
They're in Portland today. They visited with Marcelo Meyer and the guys, Steve and Jared, Coley, Mick, Tyler.
Tyler was there.
Jake.
Yep.
The best squad. And if Abreu gets a knock right here, we might be drizzling ketchup tomorrow.
Yeah.
Let's go. Give me the packets.
Be more than that in the series win. Here is Will.
Yeah.
Dude, I got to say, my favorite Will thing is that he can just sneak a line in and then here is the 2-2. It's just so smooth.
Yeah.
Because it's like he kind of is just correcting on just to let you know it's definitely going to be more than packets if they win the series, but we're going to get right back we're going to get right back to that game. He's just the pro's pro.
Yeah, there's definitely like some 91-year-old sitting on their back porch being like, what the fuck is he talking about?
Ketchup.
Ketchup. I don't understand it. What does the ketchup have to do with the fucking Red Sox? Margaret, what the fuck?
What did Margaret say?
Oh, shut the fuck up, Reginald! Shut the fuck. Who cares about the fucking? Are the Red Sox winning or not? Are they fucking winning or not, Reginald? Yeah, they're fucking winning, but I don't understand it.
Just out of breath.
And he dies. Yeah.
And he's dead. That's it. That's the last line.
That's it.
From Reginald. That's how
the last
Reginald.
time we heard.
Yeah.
Last time we heard from Reginald. Yeah.
Reginald.
God bless him.
Great
God
guy.
bless
Listen to
Reginald,
every game. Never watched.
Oh,
Always
yeah.
listened.
Yeah, went to high school with Jesus Christ. Yeah, Jerusalem High.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, shortstop, by the way. So he got to see him going
cannon.
through, high school, all that.
Cannon of an arm.
Yeah.
That
Jesus
was like-
Christ, with the play from short.
Just fires one in the fucking camera well. Jesus Christ, dude.
Again.
Dude.
Now batting number 14. Jesus Christ.
The Son of God.
Christ. Shortstop. Christ.
Christ. Now batting. Christ. What's his walk-up
What's his
song?
walk-up song?
Yeah.
Our God is an awesome. I don't even know. I mean, it'll probably be something like that.
Yeah, I feel like we've made it too far. Like that's the thing is like every time we use music, we get demonetized. Like this would be a great spot for some Christian.
Apparently,
rock
we can't
music.
even do fake ones because then the AI picks up on that. So
What do you mean? Can't do
we can't even do. They said we can't even like do our
covers
version.
of-
Yeah, because they would pick
oh.
up on the words. Yeah.
Oh.
Jesus
Oh.
walks. That maybe
Jeez.
that's.
Ooh. I mean, if he walked,
Yeah,
If he
yeah,
walks,
yeah.
if he
Yeah,
walks, you gotta play it.
yeah, it can't be his walk-up song. But you know, if he sees 4 balls out of the zone, they're playing Jesus walks. That'd be a great
And
bit.
he's just like bopping down it for
Yeah.
dumb.
He's taking off his elbow pad.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Dude, he's
Him
gonna
hitting a walk-off, and Monaco's just like, the power of Christ compels you.
Yeah.
We'll see you tomorrow night for Game 7.
yeah. Just a great shortstop. Hell of an arm. Didn't
I know.
always know where the ball was going, but hell of
Good
an
guy
arm.
too. Good
Yeah.
guy.
Good
Yeah.
teammate.
Yeah.
Yeah, people rally around
Great in
him.
the locker room.
Genuinely
Yeah.
cared about the guys in that
Mhm.
locker room. Yep.
Yep.
Touched everyone.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Jesus
was
Christ.
Jesus. Yeah, he definitely he rallied the boys.
Yeah.
You know.
Kept the broads around.
Mm.
Know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
Tyler?
Mhm.
Yeah, he did.
Yep.
Little Mary Magdalene, how you doing?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Red Sox win 5-2. Tell it.
I do have a quick note.
On
On
Jesus.
Christ?
Mm.
You got it.
No, not on Jesus.
So he died.
So Duran.
Yep.
Excuse me, Steve.
No,
Why are
go
you
for it.
talking about Duran? What does that have to do with the fucking like?
With
This
Christ?
is just out of place. I feel like this is
Huh.
out of place. Can I object to this? Like,
Yes,
It
go
was
ahead.
the last person you talked about. I have Duran's stats pulled up too.
Rortvet behind the plate. Duran also stole home on him back in 2022 after he got demoted. People were
Didn't they
asking,
get it?
if you go under Cotillo's tweet, who was the first person to point it out, by the
Uh-huh.
way, they said, can you please bring this up on the podcast? I'm serving the fans.
Bring what up?
That the same catcher that Duran steals home on in that spot.
Stealed home.
Stole did.
Yes.
Stole.
Yep.
He stole.
He stole it home.
Mhm.
Yep. Both times.
Can we all be honest here? And this is
I'm gonna lie, Coley.
Jesus as a closer.
Oh.
And like the Jesus saves and he points up.
Yeah.
yeah.
What? He wouldn't point up though. He would.
Hansel
like,
Robles.
it'd
Would
be
he
like,
just point
strike
to
three,
himself?
and then he would be like, "Fuck yeah!"
I don't think he'd be like, fuck yeah.
No, he would. Yeah, like
Okay.
you wouldn't point to
I thought
the
he kept it
fucking
clean.
sky. You
I
would
thought he kept
point
it
at
clean.
yourself.
Oh,
and
yeah,
be
yeah.
like,
But that's where his
Jesus.
dad is. You know what I mean? The
Ryan
3
Wilson.
outs, the Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
See you later.
He
That is
just
true.
he makes an imaginary like LeBron, like he takes like the crown of thorns. He's just like, fuck, that's his celebration. Like he just like hits a walk off home run, and then he steps on home plate and fucking crown me, bitch.
Mm.
Yeah,
That would be
Well-
Jared's version of Jesus Christ, by the way, saying exactly that.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I just want to like the double steal home's not a steal home. Can we stop calling it steals home?
I mean, it is, but you have to note that it was a shenanigans. Steal
but they
home.
don't. It gets counted just as a steal home, right? It's not like a steal home shenanigans, like an
It's,
SHS.
it's whatever we want it to be.
Okay, I just wish
That's
it
what we
was
want it to be.
denoted as something different than a steals home.
I mean, you act like he's going into the Hall of Fame automatically because he stole home, and it's not a real steal home. Like, who fucking cares?
No, I know. I'm just saying, like when
Yeah.
Benny the Jet stole home, like he stole
Ah,
home.
Yeah. He's defaming the legacy of Benny the Jet.
That's what
this
I'm
is
getting
about.
at.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I'm getting.
Yeah. Down 3-0 at the Trop. when you've already taken the first two, I'm not feeling greedy. That's how I was feeling. I was like, you know what? I'm happy just to win a series, I think. You know, like we're down 3. I'm kind of sniffing the L. It's like it's very hard to sweep a team. It's even harder to sweep them on the road, sweep within your division. Like, I'm not feeling greedy right now. If this ends up being a loss, I'm not going to let it ruin my night. This next line is very confusing. Cedon should have flown out, but it's an RBI single that should have been a double. Why isn't Grissom on third base?
Ugh.
So, I mean, Will Middlebrooks pointed this out on the broadcast right away, picked up on it. Randy Arozarena was in left, and he was shading over towards the line to back up a potential throw to third base. And then Cedon hits a ball in the gap that's probably caught by Arozarena if he's not running in the opposite direction prior to the pitch. So he has to pivot back, doesn't have a chance on it. Ball ends up in the gap, and you've got Grissom looking at the play. He's running towards second base so he can see directly into left field. He's seeing the trajectory of the ball, being like, well, that's definitely getting caught. And then it ends up landing in left center. So now I don't know that he has to pull up at second base. Like, I feel like he's probably looking at the ball more so that, like, looking at where the fielders are positioned. I don't know. It's a tough play. When you don't have a base coach yelling directly at you, you'd be like, go, go, go. Like going from first to second is a lot more difficult. You don't have the direction. Maybe you don't have your eyes directly on the play. So he ends up at second base, and I'm thinking, like, how is that a single? It ends up driving in a run, so you're happy about getting an RBI out of it. It's not a complete waste, but it should have been a double. Runners on second and third. You end up with runners on first and second, and one run in, which it would have been one RBI anyway.
I think a lot of the younger guys on this team do have really good baseball instincts and are kind of showing that. Talking Rafaela, Abreu. I mean, Duran's not in that class yet because he's been here for a little longer. But that was one where I'm like, dude, how did you? Because he immediately on the replay was so convinced that it was almost like it was a pop-up to second. Like, he was that convinced that he was going back to first. I just don't get why he didn't look at it for another second or two and realize, oh, this has a really good chance of dropping. It was very bizarre. When Dave said, and Grissom's pulling into second, I'm like, what? He's not on third right now? And then Cedon obviously should have had a double on that play. But yeah, really strange play. Not just from Randy, but Grissom just assuming it was going to get caught. I haven't seen that in a while. That was weird.
4th longest single this season.
There's been 3 longer singles than that.
And they were probably like 120 exit velo singles where the ball was hit so hard that it's like, I can't go to second base.
Maybe a dumb question here. Tyler,
Yeah.
I feel like you know the answer to this. If you hit a rope right into the green monster, does it calculate how many feet it would go, or is it just a guaranteed the distance of the green monster?
I believe it's just whatever.
It's just the monster, right? Because then you can't create feet that technically don't exist. Okay, yeah. Because
but they
that's the
do
only
create feet that they do that for home runs, though. So why wouldn't they do that for, like, if it gets caught in the monster seats, they calculate how far it would have gone.
Yeah, I think they do it for like a homer if it leaves the ballpark, but if it's in play,
you can only count as many feet
ball
that
just
are in the
dies.
field. Yeah.
Yeah.
How many feet are there to left, Tyler?
No comment.
Hey, Portland,
Section 10.
It's 3:15 to left.
3:15 to left, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our Portland Sea Dogs segment is going to be called 5 extra feet to left.
Yeah, exactly.
So, okay. Connor Wong just fucking delivers. 2-run single, makes it 3-3 in the 5th. Ref Snyder still wants Dallas. RBI single makes it 4-3 in the 5th. Dom Smith thinks that he's Bob, LOL, exclamation. RBI single, 5-3 in the 5th. Duran. What?
What is that note?
It says Dom Smith thinks that he's Bob, LOL, exclamation. RBI single makes it 5-3 in the 5th.
Okay.
Next line here says Duran is the straw that stirs the drink. RBI double makes it 6-3 in the 6th. He's just doing it all.
Everything.
He's doubling. He's homering. He's playing great defense. He's stealing home. He's causing chaos on the base paths. Did you see we got tagged in a video where after they completed the sweep, he like took his hat off and like tipped it to the fans and was like waving bye to him. Like he's causing chaos everywhere he goes.
Love
That's
guy.
the mental warfare.
Yeah, he's the modern day dirt dog on the team. Like you talk about like people who have that kind of gene or they've kind of carried it. Trot Nixon, Dustin Pedroia. Doesn't he feel like the guy who has that now, going all out no
You're
matter what?
disrespecting Willier, I feel like.
Willier definitely could fit into that mold, but like Cooper
maybe.
Criswell had
I
a
think-
cool moment after his start on Saturday where he went up to Duran and he was like, if my son wants to play baseball, I hope he plays the game exactly like you. I'm pretty sure he was talking with Mike Monaco when he told the story. And I was like, damn, that really is like the greatest compliment you can give a player, is it not? Like the way Duran plays 110% every damn day, that's what I want. Like that's the stuff that makes you want to root for him. And it says so much that now a guy who was hated by everyone at one point is now one of the most beloved, if not, top 2 on the team. Like after Devers, Jarren Duran's probably the second most common answer of people's favorite player.
He's
Who the
up
fuck
there.
hated him.
Yeah, hate feels strong.
It feels.
There were a lot of
my
people that
God,
really
in
didn't like Duran.
2022?
I think he rubbed
After
people
the
the wrong
KC
way,
thing?
and people. Yeah, like again, I think he rubbed people the wrong way, and people had legitimate concerns. Like, is this guy? Does he have the maturity to be an everyday big leaguer and be professional? Those were valid concerns, I feel like, at the time. But I
Heim
think-
got
Yeah.
spit on when he went on a podcast. Not going to say the name of the podcast.
Oh, shut him up.
Early 2023, after he'd done the mechanics, Heim got spit on for saying why they held on to him and that they still believed in him. People are like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, how could you even consider letting this guy back on the roster again? And people were mad when he had to come up a week into the season after Duvall got hurt. Like, people were done with Jarren Duran. He wasn't even considered or viewed as a potential future option anymore.
Well, again, I feel like you're acting like Jarren Duran's been this guy the whole time.
No,
And he
but
wasn't.
like we go back to last year, like what was the outlook on Jarren Duran? At one point, everyone was done with him and no one wanted to see him again. To come back from that, how many prospects do? Very few. Very few. Especially to go up and down multiple times, 2021 and 2022, and now be one of your main core pieces? That stuff doesn't happen a lot. Like the closest thing I can think of today, and maybe had even a higher level, was Joe Adell, who people were fucking done with and didn't want to see him play
Mickey
baseball.
Moniak.
The Angels.
Mickey
Mickey
Moniak,
Moniak.
he fits into that, especially with where he went in the draft. But like to see Duran do that, especially in Boston, like, dude, 95% of people never wanted to see him here again.
I mean, I think a lot of this too is, the Twitter replies. I think maybe you're, representing those folks over the actual fan base, which isn't
I
incorrect
don't know.
necessarily.
What was
Nobody
it?
wanted to see Duran at that point.
Was it last year that when they were like, yeah, like he's going to be our everyday center fielder, everyone was like, oh, God,
Mhm.
really? Yeah, that was last year.
There were a lot of people out on him. I mean, Jared, you talk about it. Jaren's one of the few people that, at least I speak for myself, that I talk to that's on the team. And so obviously I kind of really wanted him to do well because he'd, talk about how much he wants to succeed in Boston and matter for this club. And we saw flashes of what he was capable of. I did always think it was a little bit aggressive, the reaction he would get from the fan base and how many people were just fully out on him when we still hadn't seen enough from him. But yeah, it's to see what he's doing now. I'm not like super surprised he's doing this now, but it's more just thankful that it's happening because there's a scenario where this would have never happened, or even worse, it would have happened somewhere else. And then we'd be like, great, we should have this right now.
Well, the people, it's also like just part of the reaction Tyler's talking about, and I still think it's a little overblown, but part of the reaction he's talking about is like, yeah, the people who wanted to trade him after 22 are morons because now you're trading a guy like truly at his lowest.
It would have made
value.
no sense.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you would have been getting a pennies on the dollar. So that's where keeping him around makes more sense. If you were going to trade him after 21 or something like that, that would have made more sense. Now we'd be looking back at it like, was that the right deal? This, that, and the third. But I do think it's more Duran just deserves credit for becoming a better
That's all I'm
overall
saying.
player.
No,
Like,
that's
this-
true.
but that's different than being like everyone was out on.
People
If
were
that
done
guy
with
was
Jarren
still
Duran.
the same guy. But if he was still playing like that, that would be the main, like, people would be correct.
That's why it's
He
so
changed
impressive.
everything.
That's all I'm saying. The fact that he's gone and become this player that people care about and like this much and want to see here long term, that's an incredible turnaround. That's all I'm saying. But I think acting like people weren't completely done with Jarren Duran going into 2023,
Yeah.
people weren't trying to see him
There
play
were
baseball.
I don't think it was. You're acting like it was like vitriol. I don't
It
think
was. It was that bad.
There were audible groans throughout the fan base when it was like, he's our center fielder, and people were like, how could you just say that? I mean, I remember it vividly. Like, I remember the reaction in spring training when they were just like, yep, he's our guy. And people were like, how is that the only option that we have? So yeah, to kind of echo everyone else's thoughts, I'm fucking stoked that this is what he's become.
Like, they pissed on him for going to the WBC. Remember when that was, they were like,
yeah,
fuck this guy. Like, he came and he started hot and then he's leaving again. Like, does he even care about trying to make the team or being something here? Like, if he actually cared to be on the Red Sox and still wanted to be here, he'd be working in spring training after what happened last year. Like that KC series, man, that was a death nail for a lot of people.
Was that the one where he was just like incapable of running the bases?
No,
It
that's
felt
the
like
one
that
where he was like
Casey.
gonna fight the fans.
He was ready
and
to
drop
fight
two
sure,
balls in center
sure,
field.
sure.
Yeah.
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 It was also,
But-
I feel like that was a perfect storm. It was like 105 degrees. He was probably pissed off at that. I'm like, I'm hot. I'm fucking up. Everyone hates me. Like, this sucks. So,
Cora was taking a stand for the guy, and that's when Cotillo dropped that article about what he was going through mentally. And that was
Right.
like the first
I remember
time
that.
people took their foot off his throat just a little bit and were like, all right, he's a human. We hope, fuck the baseball player, but as a human, we hope he's doing okay.
and I think a lot of the early impressions dictate how we as Red Sox fans, specifically in this region, view a player. I think there's a constant need to early on think you know exactly what a guy's going to be the rest of the way. They're like, this guy sucks, and I'm done with him. Because the Kansas City thing was only like 50 or 60 games into his career. It was pretty early on, and I think that's combined with some other things, maybe some personal issue type of stuff that might have gotten out. It's like, oh, okay, this guy sucks, and we just deem it done. So I am, of course, we all agree with, like, we're thankful we've gotten to this point, but it was a rocky road there for a while. I do think he, again, got too much criticism for what was going on, but he didn't help himself with the KC series.
No, that's also where we saw it again this year with Rafaela. You hear people come up and everyone's like, oh, what's his comp? And they're like, oh, he's Mookie Betts. And it's like, well, no.
like, what?
And Duran, it was fucking Jacoby Ellsbury, who and people were like,
2011
oh,
Ellsbury. It wasn't
It
even
was
regular.
MVP
Right.
Ellsbury. We need it right now.
right. So it's like, oh, he's not that, and maybe he doesn't even know how to run from like first to second or catch a fly ball. And that's where it was just like, yeah, I don't know that should be the Red Sox opening day center fielder. I don't know that that's like a crazy take for people to have.
Yeah. I think the coolest thing about Duran's, I guess, comeuppance is the fact that he did it all his way, where after the
For sure.
2022 season, like, he had people in his ear being like, hey, let's get you this trainer here. Let's like work with this hitting coach. And he shut all of it out and was like, nope, I'm going to do it my way. And I'll let you know when I'm done. He just locked himself away, and he worked on hitting himself. He did his own workouts. He was like, here's what my body needs. And this is what I need to do. And then he came out and had the season that he had last year. So that's what impressed me the most, because
Big time.
like, yes. And I mean this as a term of endearment. He is a meathead, but he's smart. He like, don't let the meathead culture that he embraces fool you.
He's no idiot.
He is he's not an idiot, and he is a smart athlete, and he knows what he needs to do to be at the top of his game to maximize the talent that he has, and he's done that this year.
And the
times a
perfect
million.
example of who he is, and we don't know this is a fact, but we can only imagine, when everyone was like, let's give him a standing ovation, with the one slump he had this year, he was like, and Tyler, I'm not saying it just like, it was like, I don't need it. I don't need this. Like, you guys should not be doing this. I am better than this. And he's proven he's better than needing a standing out because he had a couple, tough weeks.
Couple of boo-boos.
Couple of boobies.
Sixth in baseball.
Couple of
Sixth in baseball right now in total WAR.
That's
And
all right.
he might be first in WAR. So hopefully not.
Right,
Real WAR.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully not.
yeah. Willier might be better than Trot Nixon. 2-run home run makes it 8-3 in the sixth. Brian Bello, 6 innings, 94 pitches, 56 strikes, 4 hits, 3 earned, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. The ERA is up over 4 now. It's a 4.04. He's making us look bad. Cora talked about this after the game. What, Coley? He's got an ERA of 4. You got to be sub 2 or fuck off.
Bad?
What?
He's making us look bad.
Yeah.
Feels harsh.
I mean, he's got double what I'm expecting out of this rotation. You either have a 2 or fuck you. That's the sign on the top of the clubhouse. They put the sign on the top of the clubhouse right there.
That's
like,
what Bailey came up with that, right? It was Bailey.
Bailey was like, you either got a 2 or fuck you, and he's got double that right now. So he's got to improve. I'm virtually unimpressed by Bello since he's come off the injured list. I know that it's only 3 starts here, but the walks I don't love. The command, it's the feel for his changeup, which Cora was talking about after the game, wasn't there. He kind of rebounded like later on. He had like a quick 5th, but by then it's a quality start. You're not gonna poo-poo a quality start, but I am gonna poo-poo the 4 walks. So it's something to improve on for the next one. It's not horrible, but I'm just I'm not moved by it.
I'm hoping for the Tanner Houck transformation where he just starts pounding the zone. That's what I was hoping for with Brian Bello, because at the end of the day, we've always known how much the stuff really does move. And I liked how he was incorporating the slider. He ended up using it as the second most used pitch in this game. But when Bello's at his best, it's with that changeup. It's just, I don't know if he's trying to throw it for strikes, and that's, part of the Bailey theory or what it might be. But it just seems like he hasn't been able to really find his groove yet under the new pitching infrastructure.
If you watch these games on mute, you know which starter in this rotation is going through it the most based on the body language. Bello shows you. Like, when he's not feeling right, when things aren't going right, he does kind of wear it. Now, I've said I love the reverse, that when he is cooking, he's a little cocky and also, I
don't love
barking.
The mopiness. I
guess
don't love
that's
it.
kind of what I'm getting at. There's a little too much man, and dipping his head down. It's like you're riding those waves. That's going to get to you over the course of 162. I would like a little more level-headedness because it wasn't going great early, and he looked depressed on the mound. And then a ball was barely fouled for a homer, and he's like, yes, thank God. I'm like, let's just calm it down a little bit, which credit to Tanner. He's the ultimate calm guy. Let's keep it a little chill.
Yeah. Bello has not had anywhere near the success at this level that he needs to have to be that down on himself when he gives up a home run or something. It's like, I've said that before. When Pedro is your idol, it's like, did you see Pedro huffing and puffing when he would give up a home run? Like, no, he's just like, all right, fucking give me a new baseball. I'm going to punch out the next guy. I don't like that. It's John Lackey-esque. And I like John Lackey, but he did a lot of huffing and puffing.
Pedro would drill you if you hit a home run off of him.
Or
the very next at bat.
Or if you hit a home run off of him, he would make Larry Lucchino sign you to a 1-year deal and then ultimately become the face of the franchise forever.
Sure. I mean, for me, it's like you talked about Vaughn earlier. Obviously, I have much higher standards for Bello, but implode second inning. Now, what's he going to do? Is he going to turn this into the St. Louis start, or is he going to actually be pissed off and do something about it? Did anyone reach second base after that? I don't think they did.
And I'd argue the third run in the second inning shouldn't have scored if Dominic Smith fields the ball correctly.
Oh.
He was supposed to go home with that ball, and it just bounced away from him.
Oh, you know who probably makes that play, though?
Bobby Dahlbeck. He also doesn't get that hit.
That's right.
But with Bello,
didn't need it.
You go back to the Angels game last year.
It was an insurance run, which is kind of like showing off, honestly, running up the score like that.
Mhm.
Pad those stats, baby.
Not class.
But you go back to the Angels start last May where Cora had to go out there in the first inning and tell Bello, pull it together. You can't be throwing your head down because you didn't get to first base to cover the bag. I'm pretty sure it was on an Ohtani play at the time. But I have a hard time getting too down on it when he does go back out there and he actually does the results. It'd be one thing if he pouted and he came out of the game and it was like, whatever. No, he went out there and fucking gave you 6 innings and gave you a quality start. You can't really say too much. Yeah, he may have a little emotion on the mound, but if he picks himself up and does the job, what else is there to complain about? I think he's going to be okay. I think with Bello we've seen is kind of just waves when he lacks feel, and that's why maybe pinning him as a number 1 starter has always been a big ask. He might be closer to a 2 or a 3 in that light.
I never did that. I've always said
I haven't either.
He's a 3. I'm happy if he becomes.
He expects to be a 1. I think that's kind of how he carries himself.
And that's how the organization has framed him.
I'm great with that.
That's the issue.
I don't even think the organization positioned him to be a 1. I don't think that they were like, hey, like the only thing that I don't like what they do is they're like, oh, it's Bello Day. Like
they absolutely position him to be the one.
Yeah, like
he got Spencer Strider money.
He has not earned a name day. I mean,
what they're doing on social versus what they're doing behind closed doors with the front office are completely different things. But I do agree with you. He doesn't earn a name day, but I'm sure they went into this season wanting the best out of him, but also, as you can see now, wanting the best out of the whole rotation, which has worked out so far.
Yeah. They prioritize signing him over other guys. They've definitely dubbed him to be the next guy. And every time I came on the last fucking iteration of this goddamn show, I was begging for 2 starters so that he would be the 3 this year, and so he could climb to that mountain and rip that ace. They had him start the season opener and the home opener this year. He's very clearly a guy behind closed doors they view as the ace.
Did they prioritize him, or was he just the guy that took the offer?
I think they prioritized.
If you wanted to, you could have told Pavetta to go fucking pitch. Go throw. Opening day, buddy.
I've never thought it
easy.
Matters too much who gets the ball at the start. I don't know.
It matters.
Absolutely.
No, I'm not like that. I guess I more mean like it shouldn't be the be all end all that's definitively who they think the ace is going to be. Obviously, they felt better about this rotation than we did, considering they didn't sign any starters outside of now Criswell. But so I think they looked at these guys as like, all right, we can probably get more out of them than the fans think. Yes, Bello was kind of touted as the lead guy, but I don't think the gap to them between Bello and the next guy was as big as we might perceive it on Bello, and all that.
I mean, we could talk about how they felt about offering Houck an extension. They didn't want him to start at all. He was their number 5 starter, and that was because 2 guys got hurt. He was not supposed to be in the starting
he's
rotation
overachieved
this year.
the
So
most.
that's why he turned down the extension. It was probably like a 7-year deal for $15 million.
No, it was
similar to the Whitlock extension.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was very much like choose your own adventure. Like, hey, if you're the best pitcher of all time, we'll give you $44 million. And if you kind of suck, you'll get $20 million.
Well, the good thing with Bello is it's the 3rd week of May. So it's like, it kind of feels like this year has been off on. He missed a little bit of time, but it's like we got plenty of time here that he can right the ship.
He's sitting here 5-2. I agree. I'd love the ERA to be low 3s. Like, I think 2s is for his second year as a full-time starter. I think 2s, even with what everyone else is doing, feels outlandish. If he settles in end of the year, we're looking at a guy with a 3.4 ERA and his K rate's up. I'll be thrilled.
Yeah,
4.04 ERA on the Sox in the last couple of years would be like, give this guy an extension, right?
Oh my god,
please. Bello didn't give up a homer in the start. That's been a big problem for him so far this year. So,
can we clap it up?
No home run.
Ooh. I started to write the word "good" and then crossed it out because and then I continued with the note. I was about to shit on Kenley for giving up a bomb, and then I realized that it was Zach Kelly. Because I was gonna write, the note was gonna be good shit, Kenley, home run, blah blah blah. Yeah, I was about to shit on Kenley. It was Zach Kelly, so I stopped 8-5 in the 9th, and Red Sox go on to win 8-5, and it's a sweep for your 26-24 3rd place Boston Red Sox.
Tyler, should I be in on Zach Kelly? Like, are there numbers that point to me being like, oh no, this is a piece? Because when I watch him, I'm not super impressed.
Yeah, so if you look up at the Baseball Savant page, it's like a whole lot of red Playboy Cardi type shit. Like, you're going to look at this thing and you're like, what the fuck? This guy looks like the next big reliever that's going to be throwing in the 8th and 9th inning. But the truth is, the command is piss poor, and some days he's going to go out there and absolutely look lethal and possibly go 2 innings. There's other days where he goes out there and he can't find the strike zone, and you're terrified to watch him. But the velo's up this year. The stuff's a lot better than it was a year ago. We all thought he blew his elbow out last year, and he somehow made it back by the end of the year.
Right.
I just think the command is always going to stop him from being, an 8th or 9th inning arm. But can he be a fine 7th inning arm? Yeah. I think they like his stuff more than Josh Winkowski.
I don't know if that says a lot, but yeah.
The guy was, they depended on in that role, maybe not as high leverage, but he'll get, the B bullpen days. I think he'll be one of the main guys you see out there. Houck Automatic. Raffy's Nuke Cinematic. History Magic. Duran does it all. Series win? Oops, Ketchup called. Big coup. He stands tall. Sox Sweep at the Trop. Wong and Willier never flop. Bello sucked, then stopped. The series of Tykus by Tyler Milliken.
That was really good.
I like the last
Thank
one the
you.
best. That was really good.
That got the least love out of the three, unfortunately.
I think I like the first one the most.
Really?
That one got all-time love. That might have been the best Tyku in terms of likes and everything ever.
All right, yeah. I mean, I'm willing to nominate the first Tyku of the series for Tyku of the year. So that's 3 nominees.
Garrett's been tracking them all. He has a list of the ones you
Okay.
put your votes on.
All right, yeah. So that is my 3rd nominee for Tyku of the year.
Thank you. I didn't hear anything you said, but it meant a lot.
I just said that's my 3rd nominee for Tyku of the year.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all right?
Beautiful.
Is that all right if I do that?
Please.
Wow. Well, feels like it's about that time. The Clark's Ketchup Series MVP brought to you by Clark's Ketchup. Drizzle that ketchup. We haven't drizzled in a little bit, right? Was that back-to-back series losses?
Yep.
Damn. Been a damn minute since we've been able to drizzle out there, ketchup there. God damn.
You think Reginald's listening?
He's dead.
Oh. Well, yeah, he died. Margaret, I feel like probably investigated the situation, was like, what is like, it killed him. What is this ketchup? What just took my husband of 56 years? Like, what just took his life? So shout out to Margaret. Thanks for listening. New fan. There's probably a lot of people up in Maine that this is their first podcast. Welcome. And shout out to Margaret, first time listening or even finding out what a podcast is. I know she's tuning in too. Recipes to Reginald.
Reggie.
Yeah, Reggie. Big Reg. Yeah. I mean, he was gonna die soon anyway, but like,
Definitely.
yeah, it was tough to go out in such confusion.
With a question, you kind of want to go out with a statement.
Yeah, you want to go out with like a declarative, just for Sparta.
White
Yeah,
power.
like this is what's the mark I left on the land, not what the hell's up
Yeah.
with the ketchup.
Yeah, he was just totally confused about the ketchup. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever, dude. All right. It's time. T-Dog. Your vote for Clark's Ketchup Series MVP.
This was a hard one for me. I was really kind of battling between two, Jaron Duran or Willier Abreu, trying to figure out which way I wanted to go here. But I think I'm going to go Jaron Duran. Had a hit in every single game. Obviously, the big homer. As we saw, a big double again today. Scored a run in every single game as well. Continue to make some catches in the outfield that just seemingly don't get enough appreciation for how much range he's showing out there. But I felt like the team went as Jaron Duran went in the series, so he gets my vote.
Goalie Mick.
Specifically, I'm a big fan of Moan. stats. Like, you like to run through the OPS for the series, this, that, and third. I don't give a fuck. Duran game-tying home run, game 2. I don't think it was the go-ahead RBI on the double, but it was at least that 5th run.
It was the 4th, I believe.
So then it was the go-ahead run.
Wait, which game? Tonight? No, the second.
Tonight. Game 2, we tied the game with the home run.
Game 2, we tied the game with the home run. And are you talking about in the first game?
Go ahead tonight was Ref
No,
Snyder.
tonight.
Ref Snyder.
Ref Snyder was going.
And then so Duran's double pushed it to 5.
Today's game.
Yeah.
Dom Smith got the 5th one.
Oh, so it was 6. So it was the game-winning run. Even more the reason.
The final.
Correct.
Final.
Yes.
Or I guess they had 8
it made
runs.
it made it 6-3 in the 6th.
Yeah, the game-winning run. That does count as the game-winning run.
So he drove in the game-winning run, and he tied the game in game 2. It's JD.
Also stole home. Neither one of us said that. We got to add that in there. It
I
counts.
know. I think wasn't it Steve said it wasn't a solo.
It doesn't count.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Jake.
I'm going Duran as well. I'm a big moments guy for Ketchup, for sure. And I just think he had the moments that really got us the sweep. So give the Ketchup to Jaron.
Steve.
Yeah. No surprise here. I'm not going to mix up what the dudes are doing. I'm going Jaron Duran, 1058 OPS in the series. I like that he had an extra base hit as all 3 hits. No singles. We're only doing extra base hits this series. He was a single shy of the cycle for the series. He's like, nope, not doing it. Real quick, I had looked up the amount of games played by their starting 9. I'm not going to go through all of them, but Duran's at 243, Devers at 881. Those are the 2 guys that have really been here for a little bit of time. Wong, 193, but everybody else isn't really close to him. I think we don't give him enough credit for him kind of being a veteran now on this team. And he's carrying himself as such. He's got a lot of confidence. Love how he's playing, like T-Dog said, in the field. His initial jump is quicker than it's ever been. Jaron Duran, series MVP.
I'm also going Jaron Duran. For all the moments that were mentioned, including the steal, the what did you say, Tyler? The stole of home. I'm voting for Jaron Duran. Also, that final moment where the Red Sox complete the sweep and he's taunting the fans. I love that. I love some good classic shit talk. I love waiting for the right time to shit talk.
Mm-hmm.
Not that Eddie Rodriguez shit talk that wakes up the other team. It's gotta be like Dragon slayed, Beast is dead, piss on the grave shit talk. That's the good stuff. So my vote is for Jaron Duran. Now to the panel, even though this one feels super over. It's been a while since
Have
we've
we
had a
ever all
blowout.
said the same guy? I don't know if we've ever all said the same guy.
I don't think so.
No way.
Lou Merlone texted me on Tuesday night, last night. So he didn't even wait for the end of the series. It was just unprecedented. Tanner Houck. And I said, wow, even with 1 game to go? And he said, yup, went 112 only because he was going to get an extra day. Witt goes down and he says, I don't give a fuck. I'm still going 7 shutty. So vote for Tanner Houck.
Set up the bullpen for the following day.
Kevin
Bullpen
Youkilis.
sucked today.
No vote.
We're day before.
No vote, Kevin Youkilis. Jemai Webster. He said, ooh, I like Jaron Duran to take the Ketchup.
And I like how it always seems to surprise Jemai.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, a tasty little morsel, some
Giving us
ketchup.
some ketchup here. Wow.
Will Middlebrooks. Another, I always appreciate when I can get the text without having to ask for it. Game ended, he just texted me Duran. I said, he might take it. He said, that was fun. OB. Talking Sox. He said that double steak was so big. Duran for me. And the steal of home. OB's going Duran. TC. Tom Karen. Shout out the podcast, Tyler.
Can't do it.
Jaron Duran. Homers, triples, steals of home. Which brings us to the closer of the Clark's Ketchup Series MVP voting panel. You know him, you love him. It's Will Fleming.
Okay, motherfuckers. What is up, dudes? That is Bad Bunny, our new best friend. That's Monaco. And that's not an accident. Because the good luck charm, the reason, in addition to some stale pimento cheese, that the Red Sox just sweep a 3-game series in St. Pete is the man himself, Mike Monaco. Mikey, we get to drizzle again.
Let's drizzle. Look, do not take it out on me that the Red Sox lost 2 out of 3 in St. Louis. I'm taking absolutely none of the blame for that and all of the credit for the sweep in St. Pete. Immaculate vibes here for us all week. Started with when we got off the plane. We rented scooters down here from a brand I've never heard of, and we scootered for like 2 hours. Vibes were great. We jet skied. We did go to a Bad Bunny concert. I really want to thank him for respecting my family with one of his hits named Monaco. And let's go. A sweep. People said it couldn't be done at the Trop in this absolutely gorgeous ballpark, but it's been done.
It's a shithole. And, you know, look, we did have great vibes, great times down here. It started with Tanner Houck in the opener. I mean, none of this is possible. The guy set the tone. We'll talk about a lot of people. We will pick our series MVP. But I thought that was the tone-setting moment of this thing. Tanner just did what he's done so often.
He's an all-caps dude right now, and it's 10 starts, sub-2 ERA. We asked him when we talked with him after his start, like, how do you improve strike throwing physically beyond just mentality and the mechanical changes? And he was like, dude, playing catch all the time, like, that is the recipe. And he's pumping 70% strikes. The splitter's better. The breaking ball is breaking more. Don't call it a sweeper, it's a slider. Really good stuff from Tanner Houck.
So finally tonight, we didn't have our chicken parm subs stolen. We have had just the time of our lives in these 3 days. There are a lot of guys to choose from. And this was, again, people think I sound like a homer sometimes, but if you watch these 3 games and don't think there's something going with this Red Sox team, not just right now, but long term, I don't think you're paying attention. There are a lot of people to choose from. Where are you going to drizzle, Mikey?
I'm drizzling on Jarren Duran, and I think that's probably the trendy pick here. I think you can make a really good argument for, say, Don Rafaela as well, because base running defense, offensively with an Oppo home run, he made an impact as well. But Duran, man, he is so fun to watch right now, and it's electricity anytime he's on the base pads. Ball leaves his bat, and you're just wondering how many bases it's going to turn into. And then, the double steal, the steal of home, whatever you want to call it, that was a really fun play in the middle game in the series, which really set in motion being able to grab the series. Ends up being a sweep. The home run was awesome. Crushed it. Second farthest home run of his career. He's doing everything. And the defense, the war, any angle you want to go with it, he's incredible.
And he's now okay with me calling him the Angry Lizard. Alex Cora's in on it. Let's go.
He said going around first base, he realizes, dude, I'm running like an angry lizard. He told us I need to run with more masa form. So he's on board with all of Red Sox Nation, which loves the masa form. Who doesn't? How could you not? Duran's awesome, man. We asked him, what's it like being a part of this young core? He goes, dude, it's awesome.
Dude, this weekend was awesome with you, Mikey. And who knows, maybe Jarren will start wearing the pants at the belly button. A lot of time to tell that. I can't go creative. This is not a time to go outside the lines. The Clark's Ketchup Series MVP is Jarren motherfucking Angry Lizard Duran.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. Almost a sweep. Lou Merlone thinking outside the box there.
Early vote.
Lou
after
breaks
2.
up the perf. Huh?
Lou after 2. We gave it after 2 games.
Yeah. That's true. Everyone that waited until the series was over voted for Jarren Duran. This is a multi-time winner, I believe. 3 Clark's Ketchup Series MVPs for Jarren Duran.
The only one to do that.
The
so far.
only one to have 3. Who else has 2? Do we know?
Who else has 2? O'Neal?
Feels like Tyler.
Yeah,
O'Neill.
has
O'Neal's
to be,
got
right?
2.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Willier.
No.
Maybe.
Nah, that doesn't sound
Might
right.
just be
Willier's been hot.
Duran and Tyler O'Neill.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Congrats.
So,
Congrats to Jaron Duran. And Tyler?
I think we should do packets because we haven't been doing
Tyler?
our fair share of packets lately. Hello?
Packet for Tanner Houck. Hello?
can you see me?
Yes.
Speak to me.
Hello?
Can we do
Okay,
packets?
we're here.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm going to give a packet to Willie or Abreu.
Reginald.
Hi, yeah. I'm suggesting you guys do packets. Hello? Can you,
Hello?
you guys, is this
First time,
section
long
10?
time. You
Can you
guys
guys
got
hear me? Love the
packets? Yeah,
show. Been
hello?
listening forever. Can you guys do
Yeah.
packets, please? Hello?
Yeah. Hello? Go ahead.
Willie or Abreu.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. And Saddam.
Listen, I mean, you talk about the worst 6-game stretch to hit dingers, and for Rafael Devers couldn't even claim anything. I'm giving him a packet, even in the games that they lost. That wasn't his fault.
No. it
This is
wasn't.
kind of wild. Dude sets a pretty significant record, and he's not even discussed in this, but he gets a
all right.
packet.
Yeah, big packet. Connor Wong packet for that game time knock. That was a big moment.
Sure,
2 run.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's hitting 370 this year with men on.
Yeah. If he doesn't get that hit, I feel like this game could go sideways or go. in
Didn't
the
you
other
think he was
direction.
getting it? I think we all thought he was getting it, right?
Yeah, I thought he was getting it.
Thought he was getting it, and then he
Yeah,
did.
he delivers. He delivers. He's getting it. We're about to do the stop and shop look ahead, but if you want to go to these games, because the Sox are coming home this weekend for some baseball games against the Milwaukee Brewers. Before they do that, though, nice little off day on Thursday. Nice little just fucking take it easy. Nice little off day, and that gives you extra time to download the Game Time app. You want to see the Sox this weekend? Game Time is an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the Game Time app actually go down the closer that it gets the first pitch, with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee. Game Time takes the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets. The Sox have 3 games this weekend at home against the Milwaukee Brewers. It's going to be a really fun matchup. It's going to be, from what I understand, nice weather this weekend, Steve. Just not to jump ahead. They got nice weather this weekend?
It's definitely going to be nice weather. Not jumping ahead.
Nice weather, not to jump ahead, but the Sox are hot. They just swept the Rays. You have a really fun team in the Brewers coming in. It's, you're feeling those like summery vibes are right around the corner. Perfect opportunity to take you, your friends, your family, whomever you think would enjoy some good weather baseball at Fenway Park. Get them some tickets from the Game Time app. You can save up to 60% off buying last-minute tickets for sports, concerts, comedy, theater, and more. Save even more with exclusive in-app deals on select seats ahead of the game or the event. You can save even more when you choose a section and you let Game Time choose the seats for you. They've got all-in pricing. Toggling this feature allows you to see the total up front. There's no surprise fees at the checkout. And one of the best features of all, you get a panoramic view from your seat in the app before you buy the tickets. You can see exactly the view that you're going to get when you buy these seats, so there's no surprises of what the view is going to look like. And best of all, the lowest price guarantee or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. You're going to get the best price available on these tickets no matter what, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Your purchase is covered with the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. And if that wasn't enough to convince you, well, guess what? You can take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10, that is SECTION10, and you will get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, use the promo code SECTION10, and that'll get you $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. The Stop and Shop look ahead. Brought to you by Stop and Shop. Head on down to Stop and Shop. Use the promo code SECTION10, and that'll get you 10 cents off each tangerine when you buy at least 5 pounds of tangerines. Why is it? I mean, I guess no one's buying 10 pounds of reens. Like, why is it not 10 pounds of reens?
5's just the right. And if you know Reens, like that's the exact amount you want.
They go bad.
Like,
And they
didn't
go
we already
bad.
do the math on this? Like, how many reens is like 5 pounds? Like, roughly, like, what is like the average weight of a tangerine? Then we did the math.
Mm.
It's a good amount of
Yeah.
So yeah, you're getting a hefty bag of reens at 5 pounds. Anyways, off day today. If you're listening on Thursday, the Brewers come to town this weekend. It's Cutter Crawford versus Bryce Wilson. It's Nick Pivetta versus Colin Ray, and Tanner Houck versus TBD. We don't know who the starter is going to be yet on Sunday for the Milwaukee Brewers.
I think it's 25 Reens, by the way. I think it's 25.
25 reens is 5 pounds.
Yeah.
I mean,
ton.
yeah, that's a lot of reens. Cutter Crawford, 2-2, a 2.17 ERA, a 1.14 WHIP, and an 8.8 strikeouts per nine. Had a little bit of a rough patch for his first 3 starts in May. The rough patch for him is a 3.79 ERA and a 3.56 FIP, so it's really not that bad. Home runs are a little bit of a trend for him recently. All 3 being allowed in his last 4 starts. The Red Sox, unfortunately, they fucking hate Cutter Crawford. They're 3-7 when he starts. They score 3.40 runs per game. In games in which they win, they average 6 runs per game. In losses, they average 2.29 runs per game. So, Bryce Wilson, 2-1, a 2.79 ERA, a 1.14 WHIP, and a 7.2 strikeouts per nine. He's had 6 starts and 6 relief appearances this year with a 2.79 ERA across 38 2/3 innings, but also carries a 4.95 FIP. He also carries 16 walks and 6 home runs allowed in that time frame. His last 5 appearances have been starts, 2.52 ERA, a 5.10 FIP, 25 innings, 18 hits, 7 earned runs, 14 walks, 19 strikeouts, and 3 bombs. He's yet to allow more than 2 earned runs in these starts, but has games of 3, 2, 3, and 5 walks. He's a big boy, 6'2", 272. He's a thick boy. The Brewers are 6-6 when he pitches, 3-3 when he starts, and 1-3 across his past 4. Nick Pivetta, 2-2, a 3.04 ERA, an 0.83 WHIP, and a 10.1 strikeouts per nine. 6 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run, which was a home run, 8 strikeouts, 72 pitches. Very happy with his last outing after a not so good one the first time back. He has only allowed or his sweeper this year has been unbelievable. 22.6% usage. Opponents hitting 0.83 against it. 42% whiff rate on the sweeper. Since he returned from injury, opponents are 0 for 11 with 7 strikeouts against his sweeper. The Red Sox are 3-2 when Pivetta pitches and are undefeated when they score at least 1 run. Pretty good. Colin Ray, 3-2, a 4.07 ERA, 140 WHIP, and a 6.5 strikeouts per nine. This feels like it should be an easy win. He loves allowing runs. 12 runs in his last 3 starts of 15 innings pitched. Walks, loves those too. 5 games with multiple walks and 3 games with 3+. He does nothing exceptionally well, and his savant page is mostly light to dark blue. Brewers are 6-3 when he starts, thanks to an absurd 5.83 runs scored for him. They've lost their last 2. And then finally, Tanner Houck, 4-5, a 1.94 ERA and an 0.95 WHIP, 8.6 strikeouts per nine. The longevity for Houck, he has pitched into the 6th in every start this season. He's pitched into the 7th 6 times and completed it 3 times. His major criticism was always when teams saw him multiple times, he got worse. So these are the slash lines by times that he faces a lineup. First time through, 179, 436 OPS. Second time through, 200 batting average, a 492 OPS. Third time through, 250 batting average and a 596 OPS. So yes, it goes up, but like that's still pretty fucking good. A 596 the third time through. All are sub 600 OPSs. The Red Sox still somehow, even though he's got a sub 2, are 5-5 when he starts. They are 5-0 when they score more than 4 runs. The only game in which they won this year, scoring less than 3, is when Houck threw the complete game shutout. So
Best game ever pitched.
yeah. By the way, Apple TV game Friday for the Sox. So that's Cutter Crawford versus Bryce Wilson. That is Nick Pivetta versus Colin Ray, and Tanner Houck versus TBD. I will go first. I got 1 out of 3. Steve?
That is respectable. I appreciate that, Jerry. The Brewers have lost 2 series in a row and are coming off a series loss to the 17-34 Marlins. That's gross, scoring 0 runs in the finale. They do have the second most homers in the National League, 5th highest team OPS in baseball, 18th in starters ERA. Sox are now 2nd. I believe they're behind the Phillies. So we don't have the crown right now for starters ERA in the majors, but at least the best one in the American League. Get to the Brewers early. Cutter, by the way, loved the promo we put out there saying that we care about him. He said he got it. Yeah, he appreciated it.
Where the fuck did he say that?
He messaged me. What did he say here? I think he said it was funny. He said he liked it.
He messaged Steve Peralta, or he messaged Section 10.
Messaged Steve Peralta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What did
Cutter's
he say?
one of the few guys on the team that I occasionally talk to. I can find. I'm going to read the exact DM.
Yeah, read it.
Because I've brought this up.
Oh, he said.
Cutter Crawford, after we told him we care, saw that video y'all just posted, and I gotta say that was some quality stuff with a sideways laugh emoji. So there you go. Good stuff, guys.
I would argue
Love you,
everything
Cutter.
we do is quality, honestly. So
No, I would as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, credit to Cutter. He is going to get the ball in the first game, and now he knows that we care, so hopefully that makes a little bit of a difference. Tanner Houck has a 0 ERA in day games. He's pitched in 1 day game, so he just didn't give up any runs in that.
That's good.
9 of his 10 starts have been at night, but that will not factor into the series finale. I really, really feel good, A, about Jared sticking with his plan, and B, about the Sox winning 2 out of 3 in this Brewers series.
Damn, boy. 2 out of 3. Jake, what do you got in this series?
I think I got to go with a Red Sox sweep this weekend, Jared.
Yeah,
It just
okay.
worked out so well against the Rays. I feel like ideally we just run that back.
Mm-hmm. I got no problem with it. I personally don't feel that way. This is why I went 1 out of 3, but I can totally respect your pick of a sweep. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. McMahon?
Yeah, I wish you had gotten me earlier because I'm going 1 out of 3. Not for any reasons that you're doing it. Sunday Sox have yet to lose.
Friday
and
Sox
Saturday
never
Sox
win.
They
lost.
suck.
They've lost. They've definitely lost. So I'm going 1 out of 3.
So you don't like Pivetta? I like that Pivetta matchup.
It's not about the matchup necessarily. It's just kind of the day.
Yeah. It's like they're guaranteed to win on Sunday. They're guaranteed to lose on Friday. So if you're picking 1 out of 3.
And they hate Cutter.
Yeah, and they hate Cutter. Yeah. Yeah, Steve?
Just want to say something real quick. Sunday is the last Sunday in May, so if the Red Sox do win, they have gone 3 straight months undefeated on Sundays. We go to 9-0.
Wow.
A lot riding on that Tanner start.
Huge. T-Dog?
So this is going to sound super nerdy, but Bradley Blaylock just got promoted from Double-A over there. He was the return for the Luis Arias trade. Guy who had Tommy John in 2022 ended up missing the entire year. Gone over there and dominated. Now straight up from Double-A. He's probably going to make his debut against us. I don't know if it'll be Sunday or not, but he's expected to give them some bulk innings somewhere. So I feel like that's going to be a sneaky spot where pitcher the Red Sox haven't faced, major league lineup wise, comes in and absolutely carves them up. But when I'm looking at the pitching probables like Bryce Wilson and Colin Ray, fucking FIP is so disgusting. I can't even respect the ERAs for what they are. You should win those games with Cutter Crawford and Nick Pivetta. But I'm going 1 out of 3 because with how well everything went the last few days, it is so on brand for this Red Sox team to kind of go right back into what's happened earlier in the season.
Of positive vibes.
A week ago or 2 weeks ago, you were saying I'm too positive and I'm the younger one doesn't understand how bad things are.
No. The only time you were ever positive is when you wanted to give fucking Jaron Duran a standing ovation for dropping a fly ball. You are the Grim Reaper of positive vibes. You are.
I've picked all series wins so far this year.
Whatever.
Can't pick a series win every time, and I picked the same thing as you. And Cold Dog.
Cold Dog.
Just drop that one on you, Coley.
Cold Dog. Steve, you got any recommendations for cereal? Because I am fucking hungry, and we started this. This has got to be a 3-hour pod somehow.
Yeah,
You guys putting the interviews on top of this?
No, those will be separate. Those will be separate.
Yeah, we're saving them because they were so fucking awesome.
Exactly. Jared, yeah.
We don't want you anywhere near those.
No.
I get it.
Like, nowhere.
No, we'll keep that. Growing up, cereal, Jared, was one of the best parts of being a kid. But as I got older, as I have gotten older, I had to watch out for sugar and empty carbs.
Yeah.
Magic Spoon, though, has the amazing flavors you love, but high protein and less sugar. The variety pack is incredible. 4 flavors are cocoa, fruity, frosted, and my favorite, peanut butter, obviously.
Oh.
This pack has 0 grams of sugar, 13 to 14 grams of protein, and 4 to 5 grams of net carbs. Only 140 calories a serving. It is high protein, 0 grams of sugar, grain-free, and soy-free. My favorite flavor, like I mentioned, is the peanut butter. You got to get that for yourself. And when you do, make sure, first off, you go to magicspoon.com/section10 to grab that variety pack and try it today. You're going to want to use promo code section10, section 10 at checkout to save $5 off your order. Remember, start your day off right with a delicious bowl of high-protein cereal at magicspoon.com/section10 and use the code section10. Thank you, Magic Spoon, for sponsoring this episode.
Yes, thank you to Magic Spoon. The peanut butter is amazing. It is
delicious.
I feel like a lot of people find themselves dipping into the Magic Spoon not as like a day starter. They're like, oh, it's late night. I need
that's
a little
the
something to
McMahon for you
snack
right there.
on. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, that's where you get the Magic Spoon cravings. But yeah, what's that we kept teasing how good the weather's going to be? You better not disappoint me.
Jerry, I will not disappoint. People should be very happy about this. Weather Look Ahead is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears.
You chew them with your mouth.
Friday night baseball, Friday night Fenway, 7:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, first pitch, 77 degrees. It is going to be sunny, no clouds in sight, 0% chance of rain. That looks beautiful on Friday night. Saturday, 4:10 p.m. Eastern, first pitch, 76 degrees, partly cloudy, and a grand 1% chance of rain. Sunday, 1:35 p.m.
Jared,
What?
Jared,
Yep.
What, Jared?
I just want to note this. This is not to. I'm not challenging anything that Steve said. I just want to throw this out there. 76 is probably my favorite degree.
That's awesome. Yeah, we should clap.
That was brave.
We doing the audio? There you go.
Jake, did you get a spray can?
What are you talking about?
No comment.
Jared, you are going to be very happy to hear that for Sunday's 1:35 p.m. first pitch, the temperature is going to be 76
Holy
degrees.
shit, dude. Buddy. Hey. Come on.
Come
I
on
see
now.
you.
Just partly cloudy, 10% chance of rain. But I'm telling you right
I
now, it is
fucking
a
love
Stevie P
76,
guarantee. It is not going to rain on Sunday during the game. An overall
At all
very
this
nice
weekend
weather
or
weekend.
Just
What's up?
Sunday? At all
No, the
this weekend or
weekend. No,
just
the
Sunday?
weekend. The
So
weekend.
you're giving the Stevie P guarantee for
the series.
the whole weekend. For the series is not going to rain.
Not going to rain. Yep.
Oh man, I can't wait for it to be 76.
It is going to be great. I'm telling you, it's a great IG post weekend at Fenway. Get your IG posts up. It's going to be sunny.
You know what?
Have
I
a couple
can't-
bevs. Have a
I
couple
hope-
blue moons.
I hope some people send me screenshots of their weather app saying 76.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I want. I want people being like, "Hey, look, I'm at Fenway, and my weather app says it's 76 degrees out. Was thinking about you."
And Jared, that will do it for your weather look ahead, which is brought to you by Billy's Gummy Bears. Chew them with your mouth.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. This is gonna be a great weekend. This is gonna be a great weekend to drop two. You know what I'm saying?
Hell of a weekend for 1 out of 3 from the boys.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Yeah.
Are you still a Brewers fan or no?
Not as much anymore. No, I mean, like I was a big Brewers fan when it was like Yelich,
Travis
Shaw, Thames,
Right.
Locaine, Jesus Aguilar.
Right. Yeah, that was your boy.
Yeah, I mean, I still love Yelly, but like he's one guy. Like I love Yelly, but that's not enough to make me a Brew Crew guy. Like I needed like the boys.
Sure.
Like Nolan
Freddie Peralta?
Arenado. Like I'm not like a Cardinals guy because I love Nolan Arenado, you know?
No, definitely.
Yeah.
But it seemed like the city just embraced you so much.
They did. Yeah, that was wild, by the way. Like that was crazy. Going to Milwaukee in 2019 and you would have thought like the president came to town. It was special. And I'll always have a special place in my heart for Milwaukee. That's not to say that I don't root for the Brewers or that I don't hope for the best for them. Getting to meet Bob Uecker was incredible. Getting to interview him, that like, you know, if I were to power rank my top favorite moments of my career, that's probably a top 5 moment. Just getting to interview Bob Uecker and just shoot the shit. And I mean, that dude's a living legend. But yeah, I would say as of right now, I'm Sox and Dogs. I'm Sox and Dogs. I might even be Dogs and Sox at this point. Coley?
Have we considered part of the reason Tyler didn't go to Portland is that they're the Dogs?
Ooh, that's a good question. We actually did have an older gentleman because you know what? There, I feel like people that are jealous of us and hate us, they'll be like, oh yeah, older fucking like, you know, high school fans that they have. It's like, no, there was a gentleman that walked up to us that was probably 67 years old that was like, where's Tyler? Isn't he the guy that killed his dog? How did he really kill his dog?
Oh,
And we were like, yeah. And like, that's not a joke. We were like, no, like that dog is dead and he killed it. And he's like, oh my God. So you got
Bullet,
fans in
take me with
Portland.
you.
You got fans in Portland, brother.
I'm happy. I'm happy that's what I'm known for. And that's not why I wasn't there. It was strictly work, unfortunately. Got to do the job. What do you want me to do? You want me to be homeless?
Quit your job, dude. Fuck.
Be
It doesn't-
homeless.
I mean, it doesn't affect me.
I knew you didn't care about
You
me.
live in, I mean, respectfully, you live in Brockton. It's like a half step on.
Right.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So you think I'm going to survive out with the rest of the homeless? Me? I'd be the first one they eat.
Yeah, probably.
Nah, you're too skinny now.
Less meat now. Yeah, there used to be more
Yeah.
meat.
Fucking bag of bones ass skinny bitch.
I'm tender right now.
Yeah, okay. All right. I feel like that's it. People are definitely gonna ask us when the Sea Dogs interviews are coming. I don't know who is in charge of that. Me?
We'll have them soon. We're gonna do intros
That's-
for him. We'll do intros,
we
outros.
can't just be saying soon. We've been
well,
saying
we can
merch
definitively
soon
drop
for
one
2
next
months.
week. We can drop the first one next week.
All right, first one next week. Who do you want? Let's no, that'll probably hurt people's feelings if we put it to a vote.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Who do you think would win? Anthony?
I think Anthony would. I kind of think Anthony would.
Anthony would win.
I think
Anthony
Marcelo-
would win, Meyer
I
would
do
be
too.
two.
I
I think
think
it'd be actually
Marcelo would
close.
win.
I think it would be close between the two of them.
I think it'd be close between the two of them. Why don't we
I actually think Blaze would win.
Best
why,
pick.
why don't we do like a lottery? Why don't we randomize it? Why don't
'Cause
we do
that's
that
a
right
lot of
now?
Work on the editor.
Huh?
So yeah, that's better to give them runtime. I thought you had like have all 4 of them cut and ready
No.
to go.
List randomizer. All right. Meyer. Roman.
Yorkie.
Blaze. York. Okay. This is. Do you want just the next one, or do you want the order?
No, give me the order.
The order,
Give us the
okay.
lineup.
Randomize. York number 1. Roman number 2.
Okay.
Blaze number 3. Meyer number 4.
Kind of like Meyer in that cleanup spot.
That's the list randomizer. So next week or
Yeah, next week.
Sunday. On the
No,
Sunday
let's just say
episode.
next week because these are probably going to be bonus episodes.
I thought we were going to drop them into the fucking.
I mean, we're
podcast.
going 3 hours per series. Like these are going to be the longest episodes of all time.
I've already suggested, and still I'm going to keep pushing for these to be on YouTube only.
Oh. All right. Yeah. Let's do that then.
Either way, you'll be able to access the York one next week.
On Monday?
I'd say it should not be a release day. It should be a different day of the podcast.
That was great.
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Nick York Tuesday.
Boom.
Nick York, Roman Anthony, Blaze Jordan, Marcel Meyer. That's the order. You
Yeah.
get one a week. Yeah, every fucking Tuesday. Shove it up your ass. Go Dogs. Go Dogs! Anyone have final thoughts? Jake's takes?
I'm just going to read a clip I have here in my notes for clips that are going to go out after the show.
Mhm.
Hour 28, old guy screaming at his wife because he's confused as to why Will Fleming mentioned ketchup. Dies shortly thereafter.
Mhm.
Transitions into Jesus Christ playing shortstop.
We also have an all-time quote, just because of what Jake just said. We have an all-time Teddy Ballgame quote coming from one of these four individuals. That's all I'll say.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm. Mm-hmm.
All time.
I thought you meant us. I was like, I don't remember saying anything.
No.
Yeah.
No. Very unquotable.
Mm.
Yeah, us? No.
T-Dog, I feel like you probably have some thoughts.
Yoel and Cespedes, if you haven't seen it, hit a grand slam down the FCL to win a game the other day. Absolutely mashing down there. 286, 382, 571, 953. If you're looking for the next guy that's going to, jump to the top of the system, he's already number 5 on Sox prospects right now, but wouldn't shock me if he's also, could jump Blaze, could jump Teal, that kind of special talent. The bat's playing like everyone thought. So yeah, go watch the video because the sound off of it is pure sex.
Mm.
He was their top international guy last year? 2 years ago?
2023.
Holy final thoughts?
Well, yeah, I mean, just shout out to me for the Tide and the Ace from anywhere on the planet. If it's tied in the 8th, I'll be there.
Mm-hmm. Middle of the Celtics. Yep.
Celtics, Florida,
way,
Publix.
Did you see the Steve claims he doesn't read the Reddit. He definitely does.
I
all the
don't.
time.
Why would I lie? It's a weird thing to lie
full of
about.
shit. You're full of shit.
I don't. No,
Steve,
I'm not letting that go. I don't. I don't.
It's fine. I openly admit
I
it.
used to. I don't. I'd see good stuff, bad stuff. I'm like, I don't need it. I don't need it.
There's
Hey,
no
but I
bad
love
stuff.
the people that are in there. It's for the community.
The
It's not for-
Section 10 Reddit is not.
I made it.
Like it's. That's like Kevin. Kevin made the Barstool Reddit, and he's like, I created a monster. He's like,
Yeah.
I wish I never did that. The Section 10 Reddit, it's I would say it's 99.9% nice. There's only like 2
Oh,
dickheads.
yeah.
and
No, I'm not
people
saying it's
always
mean.
if there's ever a dickhead post, the comments are always shut the fuck up or get in
Yeah.
the bathroom.
I'm not saying I don't read it
Um,
as like a negative. It's for the people.
Yeah.
They break
Yeah,
down Tyler Milliken there on a daily basis. Good and bad.
Yeah, that's positive for me. I think it's entertainment for me. They like you now that you're back. I think that they hated you for leaving, which is understandable.
Yeah, of course.
But there was a Reddit thread about the last tie in the 8th where they thought that we were shit faced. I drank orange soda. No one was drinking alcohol.
Yeah, you had a Fanta. I had a DC. Yeah,
Yeah, you had 2
2 DCs.
Steve's an idiot that he ordered 2 Diet Cokes and they were free refills.
Didn't know until they showed up, but yeah.
Yeah. Dumbass.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe that just means that we have good energy. If you think that we're under the influence of alcohol and we're just vibing, we were just vibing.
Yeah.
We're just having a good time. Like, we don't always get together in person all the time, but when we do, we're just vibing. Do we know when that vlog is gonna come out? The Sea Dogs vlog?
No, Eamon's cooking
Eamon
that up.
has great turnaround time. Like we would shoot stuff.
He's a boss. Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know Mike Eamon, follow him on Instagram. But he shot, edited, produced, wrote the voiceover notes for Like a Pro, the show that I did on Nesson. that probably nobody saw because it was behind the paywall and it should have been on YouTube the whole time. It was a fucking great show. I think the episodes are on YouTube now, so check him out. That's all his work. He's fucking great. And now he works for the dog. So he's at Underdog, and we're basically going to try to do similar, I guess, stuff to what we were doing with Like a Pro, but we're just going to be doing it with all Section 10. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun being able to just go do things and have behind the scenes and just kind of dick around for vlogs. So people are wondering, does T-Dog ever go outside? We'll make sure he gets outside.
I was just outside with you guys.
I guess.
To be fair, to get time off work, there was not much of a heads up to do so. Would you agree or disagree?
Disagree, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, come on.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I just said it's neither here nor there. You can't get mad after I say that.
Spare me.
It's neither here nor there.
Spare me.
I think Tyler, my final thought is I suspended Tyler on this show, and I don't know why. So I would like to strike that from the record if we could. I think I just suspended him it was impulsive.
I heard the music and I was like, I don't
forgotten
even know what triggered that.
Yeah, like the suspension account is going to be like struggling. Well, he's going to be live tweeting the podcast and he's going to tweet out the suspension. And like the reason is going to be like, don't know. Not sure. Steve?
Real quick before we get out of here, closing thought, shout out to our guy Colby.
Colby.
Who is a super loyal listener, had the Section 10 flag
Saw that.
at the Trop. He's the best. Also, shout out to Tyler in Pennsylvania, who got our Section 10 vintage shirt vest that's sold on eBay for $385. That is all going to the Jimmy Fund.
Yeah.
And a final shout out to Leslie, who made that jacket.
Sweet.
Really just, people doing nice things for people. And we're going to keep auctioning stuff off throughout the season with the proceeds going to the Jimmy Fund.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Corey, our graphics guy for Section 10 and Baseball is Dead, who lives in Maine and came to the Sea Dog shoot to help out and was a big help. A lot of those pictures that you saw, he took, and big help with the full production for the day.
Mm-hmm.
So be on the lookout for that vlog, and we will see you after the Red Sox lose 2 out of 3 to the Milwaukee Brewers this weekend. We'll see you on Sunday. Bye-bye.
Buenas noches, amigos.